Hello and welcome to Fresh Face Comics, the comic book podcast where a lifelong comic book reader guides his friend through the world of comics for the first time. My name is Joey Morgan, the aforementioned lifelong reader. With me as always is Jacob Licklider, the aforementioned newbie.
Do we think Jeff Johns doesn't actually like Batman all that much? He sits in a
It's a
chair.
solid theory, and honestly, we need more DC writers that don't like Batman. Just to, like, not even hate him, just don't care to write for
I
the
want to
guy.
write for Batman. I want to write for Batman. I want to write for other characters.
Exactly. It's so like yeah. It's a nice change of pace. Why ever would we be talking about such a thing? Well, of course we covered a lot of Jeff Johns over the years, but today we are covering even more Jeff Johns. We are finishing his run on Justice League, the New 52 Justice League, with Darkseid War, both volumes 1 and 2. All what is it? 13 issues altogether, or no? 12 altogether, right?
No, 14. Wait.
It's 12 altogether, I think. I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Wait. We can do this. I think it's...
No, it's 13. It's 13!
Is it 13? Yes. You're correct.
It's 6 in the first.
It's 13, yes. Yeah, you are absolutely correct.
7 in the second.
Yes.
One of the issues is really short, and the trades combine it with the first issue proper, and it annoyed me, and like it fucked up my notes a little bit.
Understandable. But yes, today we're covering the end of Justice League the end of Justice League with Darkseid War. Very excited to be getting to the end of this. This is our third DC run in a row. We're finishing on the show. We finished Grant Morrison's Action Comics, George Perez's Wonder Woman. Those episodes are out right now. And today we're also finishing our current DC block. And as a reminder, getting to that way right at the start of the episode, if you have not seen our previous announcements in the past 2 episodes, after this episode, we are officially switching the podcast schedule from bi-weekly to tri-weekly. So essentially, we were coming out every other Monday. Starting with our upcoming Marvel block next episode, we're switching to every third Monday. So that's all that's changing. That and of course otherwise the Star Trek commentaries over on Patreon. They will also be going from bi-weekly to tri-weekly. So. That's the only thing that's changing. Otherwise, everything else in the channel will remain the same. All right, hopping into this with our non-spoiler section first. As always, Jacob, what is Darkseid War about?
This is Jeff Johns' big New 52 conclusion. Like, this is his goodbye. He wants to set up doing some things radically insane and different, because like by the end of this, there are two events that are set up, one of which I don't even think is in canon. The other might be in canon, question mark, I think.
One you're thinking is not canon is definitely not canon, and I can't think of the other one you're talking about now.
This sets up a certain, ever so slightly...
We'll talk about it. We'll talk. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
And there's a Batman one and a bigger DC Universe one. We'll leave it at that.
Yes, the thing you're thinking of is canon.
Yes, but yeah, the Batman one I think might not be canon. Question mark.
The Batman one is not canon.
I was gonna say,
that one became explicitly a not canon thing.
That was a let's drop that, because that idea is kind of,
it's weird.
I want to say it's a can of worms. It's a can of worms. I don't hate the idea in theory, but in practice, I'm like, there's.
But also, obviously these are all spoiler things. But
this also really wants to be Jeff Johns' tribute to Jack Kirby. Like this is what he wants to do. He wants to tribute Jack Kirby. He wants to do One Last Crisis tribute. And he wants to go out with a bang. Like he wants to go out with a bang. I think he mostly does. I think there's some retroactive. We're trying to make the New 52 like a story in and of itself with this.
Yeah.
What's wild though is it's actually one of the strong. I just argue this is one of the stronger arcs of his Justice League.
I love this arc. This is a great fucking arc. This is probably tied with Forever Evil as my favorite arc of the run.
Yeah. This Forever Evil and Throne of Atlantis.
No Origin.
I would
put Origin above Throne of Atlantis personally.
No, I put it below. I prefer Throne of Atlantis. I definitely prefer.
I mean, the worst is definitely Trinity War, but
the worst is Trinity War, and then Villain's Journey was fine.
Yeah,
fine.
It's above Trinity War.
Yeah. Worst is the Grid. Worst is the Grid, and then Trinity War.
The Grid is part of Trinity War. It's not even.
That's true.
Not...
This is a big tribute. it feels like there's definitely some uh, uh editorial, I don't want to say editorial mandate, but editorial shakeups. Because
Hmm.
this is
Well,
basically the year leading up to Rebirth.
well,
The
this is
DC
also like,
offices are moving across the country sort of aroundish this time. Like,
yeah, this thing's timeline placement is also weird as hell. If we can get into like the weird continuity of this for a second, like a lot of the major DC heroes went through some pretty big shakeups towards the end of the New 52. That those last like 12 issues where this is all publishing during. So obviously you know the Batman thing
the
with
Batman.
Super Heavy, Jim Gordon, etc. This takes place before that. Likewise, there's a big Superman thing you're probably aware of. It's essentially the transition from New 52
Is
Superman to Rebirth
this
Superman. It's
is this
it's
the is this the we reveal the identity to the world?
I
'Cause
I can't, I don't want to say because there are things I want to have you read at some point, but I'll say
okay, okay.
it's part of the transition from the New 52 version of Superman to bringing back the pre Flashpoint Superman. So there's actually wait, I don't know. Are you aware those are two separate characters?
Yes, I do know
Okay,
that
I
technically
just want to make sure you know.
they
Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, no, because Superman in the New 52 they eventually like part of it just comes from the fact that oh god we started to write him so radically different from Superman in general,
Yeah.
and those books were such a mess because we never like communicated and
You're not aware of how that character actually ends, though, are you?
uh, I'm imagining is it a merge thing or like a death thing? I don't know.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say because I'd like to have you read
Okay.
a certain thing someday. But yeah, there's that.
It doesn't does it happen in convergence? Is this a convergence thing? This might
No,
be
no.
from
This is a separate Superman arc thing.
okay, it's not a futures
The reintroduction of the pre Flashpoint Superman is a convergence thing, but
okay.
the exit of New 52 Clark is a separate arc. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then like there's a thing that happens with Hal that puts Hal in a weird position. That all happens like before issue 41 of all of the New 52 titles. This is happening before all of that. After all of the readers would already be aware of how all this things happens. So this happens.
Yeah.
So this is meant to be like the last big hurrah for this Justice League before the universe changes radically and we start transitioning to the rebirth stuff.
Rebirth and having the pre-Flashpoint universe back.
Mhm.
And I, I don't want to say realizing the New 52 was a failed experiment, but it was kind of a failed experiment. Like,
I do really like the way that John squares away what the New 52 was in this, though. Like, I think there's a really cool idea behind this one that I think
there's an idea.
ties in a nice little bow. I
It
really enjoy
definitely
that.
it definitely ties his stuff in a bow. Like,
Mhm. Oh yeah, of
um,
course, yeah, yeah. All different stories, carry on in different
and
ways,
a lot of ways
obviously.
feels like his goodbye to DC. Like,
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't
I know
doing
he
that.
will.
Yeah, he wasn't doing that much after this point. I mean, his next big projects, as you're aware, are the two big things that spun off of
Yeah.
this and DC Universe Rebirth #1, which we have read on a one shot before.
Yes.
Um, because here's the thing. Realistically, the things that John sets up in this big arc, the Darkseid War, are all just things that are reestablished then in DC Universe Rebirth #1. Like they're all things that happen there and are explained concisely to a reader. Darkseid War is very much its own story. Sure, it does set up those things, but it is very much its own story in its own right. And John treats it as such, and I think it is all the better for it.
And I think Johns is a little annoyed that there are certain characters that the New 52 didn't touch. Like,
Yeah, yeah, and he
he's
really wants to get to those
he's like,
ones.
well, he's like, well, I can't. He also, I think, I don't want to say he realized when writing Origin and writing Darkseid in Origin, it was an off-screen. Wrote Darkseid often as just an off-screen big bad,
Mhm.
which is fine. But Jeff Johns clearly loves the Jack Kirby New Gods, and he
Yeah.
loves
Oh
Fourth
yeah.
World.
Yeah.
He
And we
doesn't
go
want to just do
full New
Fourth,
Gods in
but he also
this.
just doesn't want to do Fourth World again
Yeah, of course.
because
Yeah, he wants to take elements of that, utilize them to make a completely different story. And there's a great little halfway point twist that I really enjoy in this that does kind of flip the concept of Dark Side of War on its head.
yeah, because oh my
More
god,
on the
like there's a
spoilers.
point where I was like, wait, is that where we're going with this story? Like what?
Yeah, and it
Like,
is, and it's really cool. And it's just, I don't know, it's one of those moments where Johnson's just taking a lot of risks, and I think they really pay off in the end. So,
because there's also just a
um,
meta commentary element as DC film universe was at the time of really wanting to be superheroes are gods. That sort of became the idea in the public
mhm,
consciousness when it comes to DC around this time.
mhm.
and I don't think Johns doesn't like that idea.
No. Yeah. Um,
For good reason.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, lots to talk about here. Lots to talk about. We'll get into it with spoilers, but in the meantime, let's get into some Blue Sky questions. Over on Blue Sky, you can submit questions whenever we record these episodes. I am at Jomo Bloodota, and Jacob is at Newt5996. Our link trees are down below if you want to submit questions and follow us whenever we are doing Q&As for these episodes. Also, keep up on when things are coming out, of course. Let's see, kicking off with, of course, as always, the bit. First off, oh man, we got a lot today. First off, our friend Rules Panda at Joe, you can read this, says Darkseid, and really a bit of a stretch, but hey, finally got a Creature Shop production into the bit. It is a poster for the Dark Crystal. Pretty fun.
Take it. We'll take it. Like the only thing I could think of is maybe you could draw something from Labyrinth and make it
Oh, maybe
Darkseid.
I could see that. I could see that. Our friend Marcus at Sir Jedi Sentinel submits Darkseid question mark with a gif of Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith saying the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. Next, our friend Jamie at Jamie-Season 7 submits, does Darkseid do anything in this that beats him working at McDonald's
No.
with a picture of Darkseid working at McDonald's? I mean,
I
what's
need to
not
know
to
the
love there?
context, but there's this problem I think where they're like Darkseid fascist godlike being, but
He's
also
also
kind of
funny as
silly.
hell. He's
He's
so
also
funny.
kind of funny. Like, yeah,
I
really,
love him. I love him.
you really gotta modern writers make the man funny, make him funny.
Yeah. Jimmy also submits the Something War with a picture of a promotional image for Doctor Who's The Reality War, the last episode of Doctor Who. Jimmy also submits Darkseid question mark with a picture of the Valiard from Doctor Who: The Trial of a Time Lord. That was actually quite good. I like that. Now, keep in mind, whenever we say Darkseid, most of these people are submitting these with a play on Darkseid that is not Darkseid the name, but rather Dark Space Side, as in the
It's
dark
like
side of the
Marcus, who is
Force.
doing Darkseid the name, but
With a
punning it
GIF
as the
saying
dark
dark
side.
space side. Yeah, it's a weird
Yeah.
thing. Our friend Kian at Kian the Quark submits the Dark Side of War question mark. Now I'm a little confused by this. It's
It's the
pictures
dark
of the
side of
third.
Omega's mind. It's the dark side of Omega's mind.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay,
And I
okay,
do
okay.
think that like the why do we call it like like pig Omega, because he looks kind of like a pig.
He does kind of look
Um,
like a pig, doesn't he? From the Three
yeah.
Doctors, for those that aren't aware. And then our last submission for this, I don't think it's part of the bit, but I'll count it as part of it because it's a picture. Our friend Sean Franco at Sean Franco submits. It's a picture that's supposed to say every generation has its own Elvis, but crossed out a couple words. It says every comic has its own Thanos. I don't think
Honestly, I think the Thanosification of Darkseid is a problem
it is.
because
It is. I do agree. I do agree.
visually they're similar, but like
Here's the thing. While I do think Jeff Johns is responsible for that, I do not think that is what Jeff Johns was ever intending with writing Origin and Darkseid
no,
War.
sure, kind of what he does a little bit.
Here's the thing. People looked at Origin and saw that as like, the big coming together of all these heroes, and they kind of used that as the Thanos thing. It also kind of screams at people that have not actually read Dark Side of War, because I don't want to get into spoilers yet, but Darkseid isn't technically the main event of the Dark Side War.
No,
There's a lot to talk about here. There's a lot to talk
also
about here.
just also like Darkseid and Thanos, as far as I can tell, have vastly different
So
characterizations.
different. They're so different. Oh my god.
Like
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I honestly I hope we eventually get to do Infinity Gauntlet question mark. I think
Infinity
that's the
Gauntlet.
big
Yes.
first. Is that the
Yeah.
first big Thanos one that like
Yeah.
characterizes where
Yep.
he wants attention from Lady Death?
Yep.
Um
You big Silver Surfer thing. Yeah. Yep. It's fun. Um. Next up to actual questions. Actual questions. First off, our friend Rose Panda submits the animated movie. That was crap, wasn't it?
I am actually
It's
going to
not.
disagree.
It's not terrible.
Don't I
It's
think
not a good. It's not a good adaptation of Dark Side of War.
no, I think it's fine. I think its biggest problem is it's so weird. Both Justice League Dark movies take 20 or so different storylines and bits and pieces and smash them
Yeah.
together. The
Yep.
first one does it really well. Like
I love that first Justice League Dark movie.
the second one, um, it's it's Dark Side War.
First off is not a Justice League Dark movie. I don't know why it was
No,
labeled that way. It's very weird.
it's Dark Side War meets Final Crisis a
Final
little bit,
Crisis. Yeah.
meets a couple of other events that I'm blanking on right now. Meets
Mhm. Meets
Terror of
Flash.
Trigon.
Yeah, fuck.
Like,
Also, it fucking meets Flashpoint as well. Like. Here's the thing. I do think that film is a satisfying ending to the New 52 animated movie universe. I think it kind of works in that regard, but it's a
it's
weird mess
overstuffed. It is
otherwise.
overstuffed with characters.
Yeah,
Like,
I do like when the film finally settles into having its main characters when it's killed off everyone else. But yeah, it's we did also watch it as adapted material for this, so we'll talk about it more at the end.
we'll talk
But
about it. Yeah,
um,
I've got some thoughts. Yeah.
yeah. But also Rose Panda says, favorite voice of Darkseid that is not Michael Ironside. I mean, it's Tony fucking Todd,
I
right?
was gonna say no,
It's
Tony
it's
Todd. Like,
if you can't get
I
if you can't get Michael Ironside, you get Tony Todd. Like
just, oh my
that's
god.
yeah.
I kind of wish we had more Tony Todd Darkseid
Yeah,
because
yeah, he's really fucking good. He's so good. Or no, who played him in Justice League War when they adapted Origin? I
it
don't think
was
it
Steve
was not
Bloom. I want to say it's Steve Bloom.
you know, Steve Bloomer, Fred Tatasciore, one of the deep gravelly voice actors. Uh, let's see, who was it? It was it was Steve Bloom. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Um,
I pulled that right. I was like,
I'm Steve Bloom. Um,
it's. Here's the thing: Steve Bloom can also do has vocal range.
he
Like,
does. He really does. He really does. Fred Tatasciore is more the specific gruff voice guy. But yeah, Steve Bloom's quite ranged. Uh, he's also I will never not hear the Toonami guy. And next up from our friend Kian, friend Kian submits, the animated film is certainly one of the DC animated films. Yeah, well, again, we'll talk about it
yeah,
more at the end of the episode.
that's kind of the problem. Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
well, read this book though before we get into spoilers because there's a lot of interesting stuff in here. A lot of good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
It,
yeah,
it, I'll say asterisk. It does kind of get a little overstuffed in places, but never
a little bit.
quite like.
I mean, Johns also gives himself like 13 issues to do it, so there's a lot of room to work with here. Kinosa submits, it's Mobin time. Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I was trying to figure out what he was referencing. I'm like, oh right, it's
yeah,
that
yep,
thing.
yeah, that thing. Yep. JB submits, JB submits, what was the point of Aquaman being on the team at this point anyway? He's not on the team at this point. He's not here.
I was gonna say
He's
he
not,
wasn't in this book. He's off the
he's not in
team.
this at all. So I guess you're right.
Is he on one of the covers? I can't remember. He might be on one of the covers.
Is he? I don't
Um,
think he is. No. Oh, yeah,
well,
sorry. He has the number 41 cover. Yeah. He's
I was gonna say,
he's next to Shazam and Jessica. Yeah.
and I think
Uh,
he's definitely on some of the variants because
yeah. But he's not
there's a
here at
Magic
all
Mike
in
there's a Magic Mike
there
variant which
is.
is
I remember these variants coming out. Oh my god. Crazy. And then our last question for today, Kian submits, I feel like this event was meant to change so much, but had like two meaningful consequences in the end. Yeah, more on that as we get into the story.
Here's the thing. I don't think Johns wanted to change things. I think Johns wanted to say goodbye
Yeah.
to the thing he was kind of an accidental architect of because like
He didn't want to be the new 52, you know?
no, they just threw his ass in the new 52
Yeah.
because
It's not his fault. He wrote so many good books that DC forced him to write even more good books. And then to the point where, the quality of his stuff started to decline.
see our Brightest Day coverage. It is so clear that Johns' like our initial plan post Brightest Day was
Yeah.
I'll finish up. I will be I will be either finishing up my Green Lantern run and moving on to Aquaman and just doing Aquaman.
Smash cut 7 years later. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for questions from Blue Sky, though. But we do have some correspondence today. This is Fresh Face Correspondence. This is, of course, you know it, the part of the show where we read out your comments. Yes, you that are listening to this podcast right now, read out your comments wherever you submit them, be it on Spotify, on YouTube, on main episodes, or on Fresh Face One Shots. Whatever you want to comment on, we will read out your comments right here, as long as you're not being a dick.
Did we get a dick one?
We did get a dick one on Uncanny X-Men one shot, but I removed it. It literally just said, "Man, new X-Men sucks." I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever."
Okay,
I just removed, yeah.
Okay, I was like,
it's like first off, you're wrong. You're specifically commenting on the Gail Simone stuff. Like, if you want to talk about McKay, that's a different topic altogether. Right?
I don't even think McKay necessarily sucks. I just think he's more messy and has let people down. Like, you know, I'm gonna say people use sucks too liberally. Like,
yeah.
sometimes some runs are just mediocre. Like,
And that's
of
okay.
doing the show.
There are a lot of comics out there. They can't all be winners.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to the main correspondence. First off, over on our last episode from Wonder Woman by George Perez, Volume 6, our friend Jamie on Spotify submits, between this and Amazon's attack, Wonder Woman really doesn't have much luck with events. Yeah, most unfortunately,
She
because
doesn't.
she should. She really should. And I don't know what it is.
Can someone get I'm trying to think who would write a good Wonder Woman event? Like a really
Um,
yeah, I
hmm.
can't say Gail Simone, but Gail Simone probably would. Like
Gail Wood. I'm trying to think of. Hmm. You know, I know he's the event guy right now, but I would love to see Williamson try his
I
hand.
don't know if here's the thing. I don't know how much Williamson loves Diana. Like
Yeah, I've never really seen him like go really hard at the character, so who knows? But yeah, maybe Mark Wade would have something good in him. He's also kind of the event guy. But anyway, we have some more correspondence. First up from commenter from our I know I read out our last segment of correspondence from our Incredible Hulk Planet Hulk prelude from a newer listener Adrian Montanez on our bonus episode for Supergirl 2026 comments. This is one of those times where me and Jacob the First agree on everything about this movie. Gillespie was not a good choice for directing this movie. The colors choices for lighting on this movie were horrendous. Billy Alcock is Supergirl. Ruth Eye's actress is going to be a star. Momoa is Lobo. Bastich is an Alan Grant and Keith Giffen choice I don't particularly like, but it's a choice made 30 years ago. And this was a mid movie that adapted a fantastic graphic novel that I hope you guys get to. Thanks, Adrian. Much appreciated. And echoing a lot of our sentiments from that bonus episode.
fair, fair. Oh
Yeah,
gosh, I love now
yeah.
getting multiple. Sorry, I like getting commenters when it's people that like I don't know. I
There's something to appreciate there. Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah. Also, he also commented on a one shot from our last one shot on Super Ran by Joshua Williamson. Super Ran
hot damn.
from Super Ran number 40. Once again from Adrian Montanez on YouTube. Submits a Gundam Prime being top dog. I had tough fun with this. Absolutely, I agree.
Oh God, yes.
I would.
I mean, I feel like we're getting a Prime miniseries or ongoing next year or something.
I would love it.
Like
I would be there
Williamson is
in
hinting.
an instant. I would be there in an instant. And no questions asked. Um,
I might overload us and be like, can we cover it, please?
I would make an exception for Prime.
Just
Absolutely.
because I don't know. God, redemption arcs in fiction fascinate me because just in someone can give an apology, it may not be accepted, and that is a thing that I think people struggle with that concept.
Yeah.
Um, I I'll admit I sometimes struggle with that concept.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it's
definitely. There's
uh,
God, everyone should really read Primetime. The latest Joshua Williamson Superman arc for
it's the
Superboy
last
Prime.
yes, the last 6 issues. It's
It's so good. Was it
30 wait
34 through no 35 through 40.
35 to 40 35 to
35 through
40.
40.
Um,
Yeah, just everyone read it. It's really fucking good. It's so worth your time. And our coverage of it is also well worth your time. Plug plug. It's but I think that does it for our non-spoiler section today. If you're not sticking around for spoilers, be sure to hop into the episode where we'll be revealing the first episode of
yeah,
our upcoming Marvel block. All kinds of exciting. I cannot wait.
I'm just gonna say I'm fucked. My premonition skills are gone. I've got
Yes,
nothing.
yes,
I
I
have.
love it. I love to
I don't
see
even
it.
have a specific dude. I don't have a specific title. I have an idea, but
Really, nothing. You have
I,
nothing.
I just. I know what it's not. I know what
Oh
it's
my
not.
god,
I know a
that's
couple
so
things that it
good.
isn't, but that
That's
doesn't help me
so
figure out
good.
what it is.
I really love this. This is awesome. I cannot wait. And if you can't wait as well, Scott, hop to the end of the episode to find out what we're covering. But if you are sticking around for spoilers, be sure to check out that conversation. I don't know what I'm saying. Check out our Patreon. Go to our Patreon as well if you want to support what we do here. All kinds of fun perks and tiers over there, and be on the lookout for updates as we adjust to the new release schedule of things. This is just to keep up a quality of conversation and videos that we think you guys will enjoy over here. And yeah, we'll hopefully, we're not going to stop anything anytime soon, but just be on the lookout for things as they continue to come out. I don't know. Thanks for sticking in with us. All right. Consider this your official spoiler warning. We're about to hop into spoilers for Darkseid War. Let's hop into this with this is what we start off on DC Sneak Peek Justice League #1, which lasts for like what all of 10 pages.
Also known as Divergence #1. It's got like three different names because they published it
Yeah,
as like three different things.
it's
Um,
weird. It's very weird.
it's weird. And like with many of these little sneak peeks, it's a prologue.
It's a
Um,
prologue. Yeah.
it's a prologue.
Um,
It's
with a character that you are actually already familiar with, although this
familiar
is her
with.
very first appearance. We've been covering Wonder Woman by Tom King on Fresh Face One Shots, and
Can I just say everything I learn about the New 52 Amazons, don't
mm,
love. I
mm-hmm,
don't
yeah,
love.
yeah.
I'm Joey, you spoiled me with Perez. You
I
spoiled me with
know, I
Perez.
know, I know. Yeah,
It's just
but
because I don't know, there's something about them that feels edgy. Like I'm like
oh, incredibly so,
I'm
incredibly
like
so.
you can I like you can do edge. You can do edge, I guess, if you want. So like the premise of the sneak peek is on the day of Diana's birth, there was a secret second birth from an exiled Amazon.
Now,
Um,
this idea I don't hate. I like the idea of. Well, here's the thing. It's not so much the second birth in that Diana that I really enjoy. I just like the idea of because spoilers, this is related to Darkseid directly. I like the idea of Darkseid and an Amazon. This being born of both Darkseid and Amazon blood. And this is our new character. This is Grail, who of course you are already
and she's
familiar with.
prophesied to start a war between the Dark God and the Anti God. Sees a bunch of things, a bunch of bad things. It's kind of your classic. It's your classic prophecy of
Mhm.
doom.
Yeah.
You can.
Yep.
I don't want to say you can tell Percy Jackson is really popular at this time, but it
Mm,
feels like
interesting.
specifically a Percy Jackson
I was
prophecy.
I was never a Percy Jackson kid. I cannot relate
I
to that at all.
I was I
That's so
was
interesting. So interesting.
I was
I had friends in school that were big Percy Jackson kids. I just can never get into it. I don't know. They're really my thing. Uh,
it's another thing where go back and there's some very problematic shit in those
oh,
books.
I'm sure.
But
I'm sure.
Rick Riordan isn't J.K. Rowling, so a lot of his work hasn't been as examined with a fine tooth comb,
Mm.
and so he's also apologized for some of the problematic shit. He's had the grace to be like,
Well,
yeah,
that's
that
good
wasn't
at
cool.
least. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
um,
But to the prophecy, we see aspects of the oncoming event here. We see Darkseid and another being here, rather mysterious looking, who's referred to as the anti-god, and you can kind of put together who that is already, of course. But we see other little small hints of panels as to characters that are going to be involved in all this and what they might be up to. I'm kind of curious what your thoughts were when you were seeing all this. Where did you think a lot of these little teases were going?
um, I didn't. I didn't, if only because I was just like, okay, I was in the headspace of, okay, this is what this little preview is doing.
Mm,
These are obviously like, I've seen this. I've seen this trick done. It was a very
yeah.
popular trick during the New 52 to give a
Hmm.
prologue to a thing. And
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. I guess it is one of those things that
honestly,
also is rewarded by rereads.
yeah, it's a trick. It's a trick I don't love. Um, my one brain was like, oh, Superman. We want to. He wants us to think Superman's dead. He's probably missing? Question mark.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's Mr. Miracle. We haven't
Yeah.
read anything with Mr. Miracle. However,
This isn't a
it's one of
bad.
those.
This actually isn't a bad introduction to the
No, it's not a bad
character.
introduction. Here's the thing. I would like us to do some like fourth world proper, like
Hmm.
some Jack Kirby written fourth
Yeah.
world at some
Mm.
point. Just because we just need more Jack Kirby because we sadly haven't.
Yeah.
Just so many comics, so little time.
So many,
Um,
so many. But yeah, we get all these. We get this prophecy. We get to see the Amazon fallout from it. We specifically focus on, of course, on Grail's mother, Mirina, who is going to become important throughout the event. And
And it's very much like
as
if your baby, I do like that. If your baby lives, Marina, this world will die. This universe will die, and the anti-god will be reborn. All because of Darkseid's daughter. Um,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. Grail is holding Aquaman's trident there. I actually did not
Part of me,
focus on
here's the
that.
thing. Part of me does wonder if plans changed in the middle of writing this at all.
Maybe, or also could literally just be John's being like, "Oh, here's the image I have of her holding all of the weapons of the Justice League,"
Of the Justice League,
and also, oh god, I don't have any room to fit Arthur into this story, and it's just not going to work out. So, I gotta write him
honestly,
out.
I'm glad Arthur isn't
Oh
here,
yeah,
if only because like
yeah.
he would have like it's not so much there's a lot going on. There's just it's it's the Jeff Johns thing. Jeff Johns is really readable, but
Oh
then you
god, yeah,
think
yeah.
about it and you realize not a whole lot actually happens in his issues.
Yeah. Um,
And that's not a bad thing. The man knows how to
mhm,
pace a story usually,
yeah.
unless it's Trinity War.
Yeah.
I
And to the point of Arthur being less important in Justice League, like, John's already kind of peaked with his Justice League or Aquaman arc with Throne of Atlantis. Like, you don't need to do much more with the character after that point.
Yeah,
And that's understandable.
there's a reason he's gone because his character arc is kind of done. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't have more to do.
Yeah.
It's a shame because I
Um,
do like Aquaman, but
yeah, of
like
course. Yeah.
that's
But John's was wise to just not bother trying to squeeze another character into this story.
you
But
do know
this
it
is very,
hurts him because Aquaman is one of his favorites.
oh, God. Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
but yeah,
Absolutely.
the big Grail reveal is basically that's where the issue ends.
Yeah,
That's
that's the end of the sneak peek that takes us into just Justice League number 40, and we get to hop into the story of Mobius, or sorry,
ah,
Metron, sorry, Metron,
Metron
who
who
is in the
sits,
Mobius chair. We'll get to Mobius
aka the
later.
Monitor, the
Yes,
Monitor.
yes,
That is who
um,
this character is.
mhm,
I have
um,
technically met this character before.
yeah, um,
In Alan Moore's Swamp Thing,
it's true. One of his earliest appearances.
which is so
No, he was also in New Teen Titans, which was his actual
that
first appearance.
too.
His
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
first.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
But it's so much
Um,
funnier to say in Alan Moore's
to say
Swamp Thing.
yes, of course, absolutely. But we get a new 52 version of this character, and we get Johnson's version of the story of this Watcher over all things DC, and of course we get into all kinds of fourth world bullshit,
And the whole idea that the multiverse has been has been destroyed and reinstated, and now kind of destroyed again and
mhm.
reinstated in a different way.
I can't remember which
Also,
specifically in this issue. There's an idea. There's a great line at some point said the idea that this universe has not solidified after its last great crisis, referring to Flashpoint. And I really like that idea of just being like the New 52 act. I like the idea of the New 52 acting as a more transitionary period for DC. Um,
which is obviously a retcon because they wanted
yeah,
this to be their
yeah,
new universe.
they're not. Yeah, they don't want to admit it's a failure, and even that the New 52 wasn't an outright failure.
It's
It's just
well, here's the thing: it was a failure on the grand scale of things. That
it
isn't to
still
say there aren't some.
it still
That
made
isn't
them
to say there aren't
it
some.
still made them a
fan-
ton of money. Like first off,
Made them a lot of money.
let's be clear
I
about
made them a
that.
lot of
Yeah,
money initially, and
yeah,
did give us some really damn good runs. Really damn
yeah,
good runs.
mhm,
But also a lot of shit runs. Like
yeah, yeah.
that's the downside. I'll also say, my God, the designs in this arc are so mid 2010s. Like, like,
you,
like,
you you don't like Tron Monitor? You do,
no, that's what it's reminding me of. I
it's
was trying to
Tron.
figure out. I was like, what? Let's not talk about what I've seen of Tron, because
You haven't seen any of it because you're a damn fool.
no,
What have you seen?
Legacy. I saw Legacy in the
Legacy's a great.
theaters.
I love Legacy. Legacy's is
I
an amazing
remember,
movie.
I remember liking. I was a child, and it was with my uncle who loved Tron as a kid.
Well,
This, he's
okay, so my exact thing. My uncle loved Tron as a kid.
yeah,
And
dragged my ass to
to me,
this.
yeah, but okay. Legacy is helped by having seen the original Tron. I honestly am of the opinion Legacy is a better movie than the original Tron. I
Oh,
love Legacy.
I have heard the take that Tron, 1982's Tron, isn't actually all that good of a movie. It's just
It
like
it It's okay. Your mileage may vary.
It's not as we'll remember it because of like the leaps forward in technology
yeah. But
and
like,
David Warner
yeah,
because
of
it's
course.
David Warner.
But and then Tron Legacy, Cillian Murphy plays David Warner's son, which is crazy.
And Michael Sheen's in Legacy, I think, and like
Yes, he's
he's
Casper.
like
Yes,
platinum blonde and
yep, yep. He's so good. But yes, Tron Legacy, I love. Such a good film. Anyway, so off topic.
anyway, yeah,
Metron.
no, this is
Yes.
like yeah, but this is Metron's giving us our whole new Genesis origin. It's trying to summarize ideas of Fourth World really quickly.
Hmm.
Um, uh, and here's the thing: I can imagine Jack Kirby art
Hmm.
underscoring some of this. This issue is drawn. Who drew this? Who drew this? Oh,
This was
fuck, that's a lot of people.
a lot of
Um,
people.
a lot of
Uh,
people.
this particular section we're looking at is probably Phil Jimenez.
I was
Is
gonna
what
say
looks
it
like to
looks like it
me.
might be Jimenez. It's definitely not Lee. I don't think it's Jurgens or an Ordway.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure
got
this section is
Jurgens and
Jimenez.
Ordway on bits of this book.
So,
Like,
oh my god, like yeah, this Dark Side Wars is a fucking all star book. It's so good. But yeah, we get Origins of the Fourth World. We get the
Origin of
exchanging of
Scott Free.
yes, the
Um,
origins of the child exchange between these worlds with Orion and Scott. And we get to see aspects of Johns's love of the various crises of the DC universe and how the universe has changed over time. We get to see Infinite Earths. We get to see Zero Hour. What else do we have here? We have Flashpoint. We have Final Crisis. Oh no, sorry, Infinite Crisis is there. They don't do Final Crisis, do they? They do not show Final Crisis. Interesting.
yeah, because he had nothing to do with that one. So he
Yeah. Jones has nothing to do with Infinite Earths either. So
no, but he loves that. He read that one as a kid, so he loves that one. And he
okay,
read Zero Hour,
I was gonna
Crisis in
say,
Time
did he
as a
love Zero Hour?
teenager.
I kind of doubt he loved Zero Hour.
He might have, he might have. This is Jeff Johns we're talking about.
I
Here's the
suppose.
thing:
I
I
suppose.
notice people have like Zero Hour is one of those things that's got like Star Wars prequel that's gotten reassessed over time.
I don't
Um,
mind Zero Hour. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's weird. It's it's so fucking weird.
I believe
Um,
it's we want to do a sequel to Crisis, but we want to do something different.
Yeah.
So
Hey, I appreciate the attempt to be different. But
um,
we see the origins of the Justice League as Metron observes.
and this is
Um,
where we get the existence was once again reborn, but it has yet to solidify. Uh, do we get so Future's End was an event I know of the New 52.
yes. What of it?
Never came to pass, right? Like
Uh,
totally just
well, Future's End is a weird thing. Future's End had a full 52-week mini it
run.
was run year-long story, as well as all of the one-shots that flash forward to that time period for all the individual titles. Are you asking if it had anything to do with this story?
Yeah, did they is that a thing that they just
As
abandoned? Because
far
I think they
as
might
far
have
as I
just
remember, I
abandoned.
don't think it had anything to do with the story. I don't even think the Futures
That's
End one
that's one of the things that I know that the movie was kind of adapting to. Like
was
this
Futures. Yeah, it does feel very Futures End. Yeah, that's very much
like
the everything is the bad future. It's yeah.
Bad Future. They didn't go full Wonder Woman Spider Wonder Woman thing. I know
No,
that that's a
it
Future's End
is.
thing.
Yeah, it is. Futures End. Do you know anything about the Batman Beyond of Futures End?
It's is it Terry? But it's
No,
Terry trained by
no.
Tim, or is it Tim?
It's Tim Drake is Batman Beyond
Tim.
in that
Okay.
one. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wait,
Um,
but wait. How does that? No, but Tim is.
don't question it. Don't question it. It's not.
But Tim. No,
It's
Tim
not.
is one of the characters that they
It's
erased.
it's
They
not for you to question, Jacob.
okay.
You can't question the Burger King.
Yes, I. Dan DiDio, I
he
just
is
want to
he is
talk.
untouchable, Jacob. I don't want to hear another word
Dan
from you.
DiDio, I just want to talk.
Um, so we get Metron, and we meet, of course, the Anti-Monitor, or of course Mobius, as he is the originator of the chair that Metron rides on.
Kind of fascinating that the anti-monitor design is just like there's changes to it, but
Mhm.
there's some of it's just like, look, this is a George Perez design
Yeah, you can't fuck
through
with
and
the Perez
through.
design too
I
much.
can't
Like,
fuck with it. Like you
yeah,
fuck with Metron, Metron. I say Met. I've been saying
I say
Metron.
I've always said Metron, but yeah, it's up to you. I don't think it fucking matters.
Um, like you can fuck with the Metron design because I don't think that's as iconic, oddly enough.
No. Mm-mm.
Um, but like you can't fuck with the anti-monitor design. It's too much, like
It's
it
so
does
good.
feel 2010s, but like it's still
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we have this standoff between them as the Anti-Monitor prepares for this oncoming war. We get to see Metron as he goes to sorry, Metron is then attacked by the Anti-Monitor, and
mainly because the anti-monitor wants a war with Darkseid.
mhm.
Like
Grail is here to help. Grail is the one. Uh, uh,
specifically wants Darkseid to die,
mhm,
um, and like it's to begin the age of the anti-god,
mhm.
and that's where the issue ends with like Grail showing. And to be honest,
Yeah.
weird start, weird
Weird
start. You
start.
can
Weird
see
start. Yeah, yeah. To
you,
me, actually, it always felt, and it is properly labeled as Chapter One. Like Justice League 41 is where the story properly begins. There's a lot of preamble before that, though.
well, and here's the
Um,
thing, because they didn't, in like they combined 40 with um the sneak peek diversions, whatever you want to call it.
mhm.
I thought this was all diversions initially, just because
Mm,
it feels like a prologue, like just a
yes.
secondary
I
prologue.
actually
Like
did make the same mistake on this current reread. I was like, oh wait, no, that's not issue. Here's the thing. I know the cover of issue 41 because I love the cover of issue 41. There's a reason it's the cover of the trade. It's so good. Um, but
it's because I if you've noticed this, from our social medias, I changed the banner in between episodes of like
mhm.
what we're covering, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It's
that's the one
such
we're going for.
it is such a perfectly composed cover. I love Justice League 41's cover. It's so fucking good.
And
Um,
I'll do it like if we do like a block of like say two episodes on a specific run, and keep it. I'll choose one. I'll choose whichever cover I like more and go with that one.
mhm.
Um,
And
and
this
I
is the one.
yeah,
This is the one. Yeah. But actually getting into issue 41, we open with someone that we isn't going to be important to the story, but is going to introduce us to other aspects that are important because we have people working for Darkseid looking for Marina Black, the Amazon mother of
yeah.
Grail, and um,
Specifically, it's Kanto and Machina,
yes,
and they kill a woman called Marina Black.
mhm.
It's not the
Great to
Marina Black
see.
they're looking for.
No, it's so great to see John's bringing the Furies into this because I love the Furies so much. Um,
You know
uh,
who I'm surprised didn't show up in this really?
hmm.
Granny Goodness.
She's mentioned.
He's mentioned.
She's
I wanted
mentioned.
to see her.
I
Like,
know. I'm sorry. I'm
didn't
sorry.
show up.
Uh,
Um,
but we then it's time to meet Mr. Miracle. Speaking of more great fourth world characters,
my God, this intro is slick. Like,
it's so
it
good,
is.
so good, dude.
If I want to like pluck a Jeff Johns at his best, this might be up there.
It's a
Just this
great sequence.
scene,
It's
like
what like four pages introduce Mr. Miracle. Perfect
4
4 pages.
pages, all in. It's
It's all narration. It's
it's all
all just
narration. You can imagine like a smooth jazz soundtrack over the heist.
yep.
That's going on.
Hmm.
Alien heist because Mr. Miracle. Um,
Yeah, really good stuff. I
here's the thing.
also also one of those better updated designs. I don't mind this design at all. It's a little complicated, but I don't mind it. Not bad.
There's a little bit of mid 2010s too many lines
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
because God, this is what 2015 2016.
2015, yeah, 2015 going into 2016.
Yeah, yeah. So, MCU redesigns dominating
This is
CW designs.
this is the Age of Ultron Civil War era. Yeah, yep, big
Yeah,
time.
yeah, this is like
Yep.
they start fucking with the Flash design for the TV show, and it's
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. But yeah, we great introduction to the character, and then we begin catching up with
honestly,
our
what
Justice
helps
League.
is that like we get a lot of depth to Scott here. Like you get a lot of
Mhm.
his insecurities, and I love that. I love that. There's this problem where sometimes when you do books, you lose when you do ensemble books, especially for like I wouldn't call this an event comic, but it is kind of an event comic.
Mhm.
Like it's a big Justice League arc. Um, Sometimes you can cause our characters to flatten, and for a lot of this, Johns doesn't let them flatten
Yeah.
mostly. There's a
There
couple,
are a couple
mainly.
characters that fall to the wayside. I would say Flash is the
Yeah,
biggest victim of this.
Flash is the
Um,
biggest victim. I would argue there's some Shazam, like,
Shazam,
and I
Shazam,
just,
he at least has an idea for Shazam throughout this.
yeah, I don't. I think Shazam's just like there's an idea there. It's not quite. I think so. I think sadly, it always happens to my boy Cyborg. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like my boy.
Also the cyborg thing gets wrapped up in Jeff Johns's wants to tie other elements of his run together in the back half of the
Yeah,
story. So we'll get to that. First and foremost, this is a Wonder Woman story. This is
yeah, yeah. You're
every
right.
single bit of narration to recap the story, to get into the heads of our characters. It's always done with Diana, and I really love that. There's
And
something really
part
cool.
of me thinks that Jeff Johns at this point is kind of annoyed that the Wonder Woman of the New 52 was bloodthirsty warrior Wonder Woman,
Mhm.
because there's a lot here where it's like I just want some peace and some friendship, and I'm gonna fight, but I
Yeah,
am kind of tired, man. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I especially
Um,
love these first two pages where it's basically where we parallel our main, like, our initial leaguers of all in some way looking up at the sky and being a Disney princess. I say positively, I want
mhm.
adventure in the great wide somewhere.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. And paralleling that with Diana and having her narration play over that as we get into the action, as the Justice League is investigating this murder of this wrong Marina Black. They're there with Steve Trevor looking into it, and
honestly, a
as
lot of this first issue does just kind of does take on a film noir tone. Like,
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It is
like
just an investigation into a murder. Granted, of course, we the audience know the answer to the investigation, but still, it's
it's like an episode of Columbo. It's like an
yeah,
episode of Columbo.
yeah. um,
Who would
there's
be the league's
also
Columbo,
there's
and
also
why
this
is it
really
Shazam?
yes. There's also this really good on that point, Shazam. I really love where this first scene ends with Cyborg and Shazam together, and just Billy Batson, who is a kid, is just like, "Hey, I've never seen a dead body before." You can just, I really like that moment. That's really, I don't know, it's just a
It's
really nice, simple moment. Really good stuff.
remembering he's a child, especially because I think there's some points where, and I think this happened a lot in the middle of his run, where Johns was doing things like Trinity War. I think that Johns was forgetting that Victor Stone is, like, not a child,
Mhm.
also is young.
Yeah, yeah, and that is
Like
where these two characters can really relate to each other, and it's nice.
uh,
Um,
it's
uh,
almost a sibling relationship, and I kind of wish that was explored more. 'Cause let's be honest, Cyborg being brought to the Justice League was it was because Johns didn't want to give up Hal. Like,
yeah, oh
didn't
yeah, of
want
course,
they
yeah,
didn't want to give up Hal and swap Hal for John Stewart.
mhm.
But like they really wanted, and let's be honest, rightly so, a little more
They,
diversity than
yeah,
like that. Let's be honest, that is a problem with like the Justice League being often steeped in tradition of the '60s, like the '60s run being the gold standard, where
yeah, yeah.
like you think of that
I
lineup and
mean,
it is all dudes and girl. Like,
yeah, yeah, all white dudes and girl. Importantly, I always kind of, not that this really counts for anything, but I always kind of read Martian Manhunter as a black character. That is,
well, I mean that's because I think that's just
that, that,
because
that,
of
that's basically become canon these days. But certainly
yeah,
wasn't the
well,
case when he was first created.
it was not the case. Well, it's because Phil Lamar. That's why. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
the,
He changed that character forever.
he
Um.
defined that character in the modern day,
Yeah.
um, in a way
Um.
that, in a lot of ways, that also just builds on a lot of what the character was initially. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's
But also to that point, also great to have Jessica Cruz now on the team as well. To have other representation. It's cool.
I
Um.
kind of wish my one regret though is I kind of wish there was a solo Jessica Cruz book set before the end of this,
mm,
exploring a little more in depth the ring, because
yeah. I suppose. Yeah. You get a fair bit of that. I think a lot of that happened also in the last volume in Injustice League.
that true that true
Uh.
that's true. I think
Yeah.
here's the thing. I think eventually giving her green.
but also when Cruz spins off into her own book with Simon Baz, there's a lot
I fully
of
imagine there's going to be
there's a
more
lot of delving
exploration of
into
her
like where those
trauma.
characters. Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of where those characters come from in that, and I
I
thought I
think
love
part
that
of it.
book so
Who
much.
wrote the Jessica Cruz?
Sam Humphries wrote
I was
Cruz's
gonna say. So
Creed.
it's not. I was gonna say. I'm not sure if John's could.
Johns did I think co-write the Rebirth one shot that kickstarted that series.
I
Kind of
just
like
don't know if
steward those
I would trust
characters.
John's entirely to just do a solo book focusing on the trauma because I don't know how comfortable he would be with really delving into it because he did set up some really
Hmm.
dark stuff that needs to be
Oh yeah,
handled with
yeah, totally,
care.
totally. And
Uh,
God, you haven't even gotten to the trauma of Simon Baz yet. Like, there's a lot there as well. God, I can't wait to get to that. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, fuck. Okay, we gotta move on with this book. Okay, Superman and Lex. Speaking of picking up where Injustice League left off. Superman and Lex, and Lex's sister, and Captain Cold, and oh my God, all the drama.
all
There's
the melodrama,
yeah.
super cancer, guys.
Yeah, lot going on here. It's a brief scene just to kind of like reestablish where these characters are at. Spoiler:
Which is especially
Lex and Clark are gonna go off on their own little side plot in this, and it's not gonna be the strongest aspect of the story. Because
it doesn't.
it does feel rather separated from a lot of what Darkseid War is doing.
It feels like an afterthought. It feels like an
Well,
afterthought, kind of.
it is a good continuation of what Johns was doing in the previous volume.
Oh, sorry. Quark's stuff feels like an afterthought. Lex less so.
Yeah.
I there's a thing. You don't want spoilers. I can say we get in semi-evil Superman and
Hmm. And we
gonna
get
be
and vice versa. We get kind of Hero Lex as well.
kind of hero.
Um,
Well, here's the thing: anti-hero Lex, because Lex is also still very villainous in the way he does it, and
mhm.
it's still very Lex Luthor. It's not what
Yeah,
Williams is doing with Lex. No, like the way we do evil Superman here is kind of bland. Like
yeah.
kind of bland. I'm like
But it ties into what Johns is doing with the gods and everything later. But
yeah,
you know,
I don't know. It just struck me as kind of bland. Like,
yeah, either way, to each their own. Uh, but then after this sequence, we cut over to Mr. Miracle. He is looking into the Justice League when he is confronted by Darkseid, who is after this mother box here.
can I say I love the artistic choice in this scene specifically, the way we
It's
don't
so good.
show like the full. We don't show full. Darkseid's color scheme is kind of important because it is muted, um,
Hmm.
and it's very blue. But like Mr. Miracle's color scheme is very much meant to, as far as I can tell, based on just even just the original Kirby design is meant to be kind of the opposite of that. It's
Yeah,
bright, it's colorful, it's a statement. I don't want to say we're saying things about hope, but we're probably saying things about hope.
I think we are.
Um,
Yeah, most certainly.
we're saying things about choice, and in a lot of ways, this book is also kind of examining fascism,
Mhm.
not as in depth
I,
as John's could.
you're telling me the brightly colored character then in this sequence is specifically opposing a character that represents anti-life? Is that what you're saying, Jacob?
Yeah,
Like come on, yeah, yeah, makes sense. Really well done. I think Johns is, if not especially deliberate with his thematic, with the themes he's playing with, it is still laying them down and still
he's
being.
laying them down. I think my biggest criticism is sometimes he can be a bit shallow with them. Um, which I think that's just
But the themes are there, you know.
the themes are
Um,
there. Yeah, I think that's just a sort of a critique I have with John's often as a writer. Sometimes he can become a little shallow. Um,
Interesting. I'm not sure
yeah,
I fully agree with that, but
sometimes I
especially when talking about this book, like this book, I think has a lot going for it as far as some of Johnson's deeper stuff goes. But anyway, Scott escapes. I love the transition to the next scene with Diana's opening line of narration, the "I don't understand evil." I just find that really interesting. As we go into the next scene,
yeah.
we meet our Green Lanterns. Or sorry, one Green Lantern and Jessica Cruz, who's definitely not going to be a Green Lantern.
No, no.
Um,
I do love the way that the ring is always like because like she's I can relate to someone who's barely holding it together, but like still is fighting. Um,
yeah.
I also I I love how just the scene. You think it's gonna be a normal scene, then suddenly holy body horror Batman of
Hmm.
someone crawling out of Barry Allen's mouth.
Oh God,
Like
so good. Yeah. Great sequence. And this is our proper introduction then to Grail fully. The first thing she properly does in this story as she is unleashed and she begins attacking the Justice League. Her first victim here is Batman. Because of course Jeff Johns understands that Batman to most people is the most overpowered member of the Justice League. And
Especially in the year 2016.
yes,
Like, this is
and we need to decap Batman immediately. So, and that just makes sense. I like that. So she goes after bats. Shazam, Cyborg, great fight sequence erupts as Scott is traveling his way to the Justice League. He is attacked by the Furies. As he's finding his way there. Grail shows
I love that Kanto just is like, I want to fucking kill Scott Free. I don't care about my
yes,
mission. I want to kill Scott Free. He's a little bitch. I
yeah,
want him dead, and that's going
yeah.
to become my undoing.
Yeah, really great stuff. And we get to see what a force of nature Grail can be. We see her completely dismantle a lot of Cyborg's tech that attached to his body. We see her have a weapon that actually affects Shazam, and seems like it's going to and she's going to actually kill him before Diana intervenes. Of course, in her origin, we set up this immediate sort of parallel
Trying
between
to,
Diana and Grail,
yeah.
and so we set them up as kind of natural rivals throughout this story, which I do enjoy seeing, and it's not fully realized in the end. They don't spend the entire story
No.
locked into each other, but
Here's the thing. I think Grail as a character has a good baseline in this story, but like I feel like other writers could come in and do some really, really interesting things with her.
yeah.
Um, like
Um, I mean,
Tom King tried
to that point, I do
in
really like that moment they have together in the Washington Monument fight
yeah. There's like
in
it's like
King's Order
Tom
One.
King gets one moment,
Yeah,
but that's also in an arc where there's lots of other villains, lots of other things happening.
yeah.
Like I'm like,
Well,
do
wasn't if I remember that correctly, didn't like all the other villains were one issue, and then she got her own issue in her square off with
yeah.
Diana.
She got her own. But I feel like there's a story just focusing on her and Diana and doing
Mhm.
something there. I
Yeah.
think that I think there's something to tell.
hmm
Uh,
Um, and yeah, but yeah, they begin fighting as Clark, Cold, and Lex are made aware of the ongoing fight. So this is all happening sort of side by side. Diana still holding off Grail, and Steve, poor little Steve Trevor, trying to get involved. Um, uh, as we cut them back once again to Lex's sister, uh, who is going to betray Lex now because look, everyone hates Lex Luthor, even Lex Luthor's sister. It just makes sense. Uh,
so Lex just has enough with Clark and tries to kill him. Like
yeah,
and it's like honestly it feels a little contrived. It's like yeah, I need to get them to Apocalypse. It a lot of it feels like I need to get them to Apocalypse. All right, we're gonna shoot Lex so Clark can be the one to save him and feel guilt over that because it's Superman.
mhm.
Um,
I'm gonna play
and
around
then
with
we're gonna
that connection. Um, but yeah, Lex is shot. GL and Hal and Jessica enter the fray and fight against Grail. Grail ends up activating the power of the ring that Jessica, yeah, that inhabits Jessica really.
and,
And
and, and and first tries like and basically calls out and summons the Anti Monitor into reality.
Yes,
Um,
I get a great two-page spread there that I really enjoy. Um,
and
but
it,
yeah,
and it turns out, and there's this idea that Lino Luthor has been possessed by Darkseid or a Mother Box or something that I don't remember if it
I don't
actually
think she ever
gets.
shows up. I don't think she shows up again after
No, I
this.
think that's
Yeah,
just again. There's some points where it just feels like some plot threads get dropped, and
a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I don't think in this case this is enough to like detract from the story for me, but it is
no,
dropped. Yeah,
it makes me feel like this is a contrivance to get Clark and Lex to Apocalypse
I
because
agree with
that's
that.
where they
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Then our
Um,
big thing is the big cliffhanger is the real Marina Black showing up and has been spent. It's like I've spent decades planning a war to kill Darkseid. Will you join me?
I love the
Um,
way this ending frames Marina as a hero. Uh,
oh yeah, no,
like
like
that's it's really well done when you know the whole story. Like it's yeah, really really cool stuff. Um,
because I do think a lot of this wants to question heroism. Like,
yeah, yeah, because like yeah, sure. I don't think Marina's a hero by the end of the story. But you know, but there's like everything we know about her up to this point makes us feel bad for her. You know, she
well, and even in the end, there's still a lot of the road to hell is paved with the best of intentions.
yeah
Um,
yeah.
should also call
Um,
out this issue was drawn by Jason Fabic.
Yeah,
Fabic,
yeah. I always say
fantastic,
Fab. I always say Fabic. But yeah, yeah, yeah. He's so good, so
fantastic
good.
art, fantastic colors as well. I want to say it's Brad Anderson. I think it's Brad Anderson doing it.
I think so.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Is it? Is it? Ah, I was
I'm
right.
pretty
It's
sure.
Brad Anderson.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And similarly with the next issue, as we go into Justice League number 42. So we open on Superman and Lex as they have arrived on Apocalypse, and they are being watched over by Desaad and Steppenwolf, and Darkseid as they begin their preparations to go to war with the Anti Monitor. These are all, we get a couple great opening pages here. I do also really like the opening panel of this with the gods are coming. Just setting up the
I
what Johns wants to do with a number of our heroes here.
think it's interesting that I feel like Johns saw the dark side as Thanos criticism, especially now that Sean made put the idea in my head.
Mm.
Because I'm like it really makes sense. A lot of the framing of Darkseid in this early section is that wants to be the biggest of bads. There isn't. You don't feel entirely like Johns is say ashamed of Jack Kirby goofiness.
Mhm.
He just wants to tell a story where he wants to downplay some of the goofiness. Darkseid is still kind of a goofy character.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and that doesn't necessarily match the tone of what Johns' entire run has been so far. There are silly moments, certainly, but you know, not enough to be like Darkseid at McDonald's. You know,
no,
to
or
feed into that.
Darkseid sitting in a chair as Jimmy Olsen walks in. Like,
Yeah, exactly,
uh,
exactly. We
instead
gotta,
it's
you know,
Batman sitting in a chair as I guess Hal Jordan
there's
walks in.
yeah, there's a level of oh god,
I
groundedness.
don't
I
want to
don't
say
like the word grounded gets overused, but I feel like there's a level of groundedness that is
I
added
want
to
to
this
say
book.
tonal grounding, and I think part of it is also to examine just the general tone of the New 52 as a whole, which
Mhm,
was very wants to take itself seriously more often than
mhm.
not. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
at least in the public consciousness,
Mhm.
especially with like some of their big books, like early Aquaman that Johns also wrote. Like,
Yeah.
um,
Um, but after this opening apocalypse sequence, we go back to the Anti Monitor's arrival on Earth. As Diana, Grail, Steve, they all sort of like gather around him, and we begin another fight. Another big fight sequence begins or rather, it's about to as Diana faces off with the Anti Monitor.
importantly, none of the League have know the Anti Monitor. None of these people have lived through a crisis.
Yeah. Yep.
They
These
are
are
all like
all
these.
the New
I don't want to say
52 versions.
splinters, but they're New 52 characters, and they haven't.
Mhm.
Um, and then we get to see stuff with Marina Black because Metron shows up and is like,
Yeah. Mitron shows up, and we get his introduction into this. But yeah, we go back to Marina and Scott as Scott is brought into Marina's like chamber here. First off, I also love her Griffin character. I just like her pet Griffin. Just really cool stuff. But we get a little bit more of Marita's intentions here as we realize that she is aligned directly with Grail still. That they're working together to kill
This is
Darkseid.
their plan. This isn't just
Yeah, this is
Marina's plan or Grail's plan. This is their plan.
mhm.
They have been planning this together. Uh, and they've been like traveling with the reality so that they're starting a war. Um, and it's like, well, like it's like the idea is that Darkseid needs to die, and Scott is just like, no, I don't know if he can do that. Also, like, we should kill people. We shouldn't we should not be killing a bunch of people and
Mhm.
having casualties of war.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, and so she turns on Scott. She tries to attack him. He boom tubes out of there, and we go back to the Justice League meeting with Metron. And
who has boom tubed them to the Rock of Eternity. Um,
yes,
oh, there's a lot of bouncing around in this
there
story. Like
is.
it's
Yeah.
it's and I think sometimes there's just a little frenetic pace. But I'll also say, here's the thing. I will say when I read this, when I got to the end of this first volume, because I read it in the 2 volume trade, I didn't want to score it until I read the second half because I
Mhm.
was like, it, because so much of this gets recontextualized and
Oh
just
yeah,
changes.
yeah, totally.
'Cause a lot of these early issues are almost intentionally a bit generic. Like I don't want to say a bit generic, but
Mhm.
they're a bit
Well, well,
standard.
like I mean, also in reference to those great crises of the past. Like I know you said, John Still's involved with Final Crisis, so he doesn't really include it here. But like, there's the moment at the end of this first volume where the narrative kind of breaks and something goes wrong, and like
Yeah,
we
not so
need to
much
address
that
that.
like literally the narrative breaks, but it's just the expectations are subverted, and surprise, the story we're doing actually isn't a standard. It isn't the Justice League fights Darkseid because here's the thing,
That's just
that'd be kind
origin.
of
That's just
yeah,
origin
that'd be
again.
kind of
Like that's
boring. We've done it. Like
yeah, yeah. And also I think also to that point of like subverting what the narrative is, it's also subverting what the audience is expecting. Like I remember at the time this was coming out, and it was like, oh cool, we're doing the big follow up to Origin. Darkseid's coming back. Justice League's fighting Darkseid. Cool, that seems great. But no, it's such a different story. And we're getting into why as we continue with this. But
we get our big old exposition on a little bit of who the Monitor is, who the Anti Monitor is, and then mind you, we do this all under the lasso of truth because Metron's just kind of a dick.
mhm,
Like, and he's trying to provoke them intentionally, but it's like he's just and he asked Diana to take the chair from him.
mhm.
So she
And
pulls him off his
so she
chair.
pulls him off of there. The chair begins. The chair can't be tamed, and so someone has to tame it. And so the first person to jump into it is fucking Bruce Wayne.
And I
So
do love that it's like, oh, this might kill Bruce. Like,
yeah,
there's a
this is not good. So we get this great little moment. I remember, God, oh my God, you weren't in the comic sphere at the time. This moment fucking broke the internet, the comic sphere at the time.
I imagine it would
This was
have.
crazy. This was fucking. This is the Who Killed My Parents. Yeah, yes, Joe Show. That's right. What's the Joker's name? You get the. Oh no, that's not possible. Like Batman's asking the Mobius chair questions that only it can that only it can
Well, you can
understand.
answer. And spoilers. Like, I'm just gonna say spoilers. Spoilers. The twist is there are 3 Jokers.
Three Jokers. Yes,
Which
yes.
again, it's really one where I'm like, there's a story there. There's a
It,
potentially
there's
interesting idea.
there's a I look fuck it. I'm a Three
You
Jokers
would.
truther. I like it. It's a good idea.
I
Um,
just think you need. So you. If you're gonna do it, you have to have it planned kind of in advance. And I feel like this was Jeff Johns had the idea and
okay,
is gonna.
so here's the thing. There's Jeff Johns' Three Jokers, which is fine. It's a non-canon miniseries for Black Label. Did you know that there's a canon version of Three Jokers?
Oh no, there is
In very recent years, it was brought back into canon, or rather, properly explained in canon, I should say.
canon. Okay, who did
Do you
it?
want
Who did it?
to Chip
I don't know
fucking
who did it.
Zarsky? Chip. It's Chip Zarsky.
I'm like,
the the madman.
I'm like, yeah, I know people hate that run, and I'm like, I can, I,
They're wrong. First off, they're
I can,
wrong. That run is
I
so
can see
good.
why though. Like, I can see.
See, okay, that's actually one of the few critically acclaimed arcs of that run, Joker
Is it
Year One.
really? Is it really? Oh my gosh!
It's called Joker Year One. It's really good. It's people really enjoy that. I
I
mean,
know we're gonna read it
uh,
someday because we're
also
gonna.
fucking if look, if people haven't read the Batman of Gotham, it is one of the greatest Batman stories I've ever fucking read. It's Zarsky's second arc. If you have not fucking read it, fucking do it. It's so good. Anyway, we're off topic entirely.
Off topic. No,
People sleep on Zarsky's Batman. It's so good. Anyway, we got the great final page. I'm a god now.
I
then,
fucking kind of lost my shit at this. I was just like, I
it's
face palmed. I
yes,
face palmed.
it's Johns knows what he's doing. It's
He
meant to
makes
be.
Bruce so fucking insufferably smug in this
Yes.
last page, and that is what Bruce is going to be for the rest of this arc. And I feel like it's the comment of you actually want a Bruce Wayne who is flawless and intelligent, like
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
that's
this is it. It fucking sucks.
it
Like,
sucks.
yeah.
It's It's a
Absolutely.
thing. Um,
On to Justice League number 43. We hop in with who we starting on? Oh, Calabac. That's right, my boy Calabac.
yeah, you know what? It's Hollaback kind of can't catch a break, can he? Like he's
No. Oh no,
no,
no.
he's kind of a character who always gets lost to the wayside. And once again, he kind of gets lost to the wayside in this a
And
little bit.
and also last time we covered Calabac on this podcast, we read a story where he got killed by Superman. So
Yeah,
yeah, but that's injustice, and that's not important. But we have Calabac here. Yeah, I love Calabac. You're right. He is pushed to the wayside. But yeah, he's being approached by Steppenwolf here. Um, and Calabac kind of like refuses the call to join the war, and I like the idea. I've always liked that about Calabac, that Calabac
yeah.
can kind of be his own character.
Go against go against his father.
Mhm.
Be doing things for himself.
Yeah, it's
And
good.
then we go to fucking asshole Bruce Wayne. Asshole Bruce Wayne. Like,
Asshole Bruce Wayne. I mean, Bruce Wayne is an asshole on most days, but even more of an asshole. uh,
sorry.
uh,
This is Bruce Wayne, who we're now no longer allowed to be inside the head of because he's on the fucking chair.
yeah,
Um, and here's
yeah,
the thing: he's just going to sit on this goddamn chair for the rest of this arc and just be a bitch. And
yeah.
I
And
kind of
importantly,
hate it, and I kind of love it
well,
at the same time.
yeah. Well, also
Like,
importantly, like it's not his story. Like it's it's not. He's meant to be here and deliver some exposition, and that's it. And that's okay. That's fine. We don't need another
I do
fucking.
kind of wish we got a
We
little
don't
bit
need
more of that.
a
This
revenge.
was forbidden knowledge, like Hal suggests here. Like, ooh, rewriting his like. There's an interesting thing there that you could do with sort of like the rewriting of Bruce's brain now having this knowledge, and it kind of fucks him up a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Uh, yeah, we get this exposition dump at the start here before cutting back to Apocalypse, where Lex and Superman are forced to work side by side, fighting off parademons and all more of Darkseid's forces. Um,
and I
Eventually,
do love just the sort of the moment where Clark starts bleeding because there's no sunlight on Apocalypse, and it's gonna
yeah,
like it's.
yep.
And I do like that Lex is just like, oh, this is bad. Like, it's one of those
There's
moments where it's one of those
yeah.
moments where Lex gets like, and some of it is just from his basic sense of self-preservation, but it's just that real human sympathy of like,
Lex cares.
oh,
Lex cares, dude. There was at the time I was recording this, there was just a reaction to a Justice League episode put up today. Hereafter, that great episode of Justice League 01 where Clark dies. And there's that fucking moment where it was reminded of just how great it was because I was watching that reaction. Lois at Clark's funeral, at Superman's funeral specifically, and starts yelling at Lois, yelling at Lex, and screaming at him, and cries, and she falls into his arms, and Lex just says that very simple, and it's Clancy Brown, so it's amazing. So like I miss him too. It just Lex cares. That's an important part of his character is that Lex does care, and that's what makes him such a horrifying villain is that he is human. That's great. But I love that. Anyway, I love Lex Luthor. Great character.
we get a lot of
Uh,
action. Here's the thing:
yeah,
we didn't get a lot of action, a lot of
yeah. We get
getting
more.
pieces in place. That's what a lot of this issue becomes.
Yeah, we get our
Uh,
Furies trying to hunt down Marina Black. Um, they're following into her lair.
we
Where
get
she,
Grail trying to summon Darkseid because summon her dad.
mhm.
Um,
uh,
we
we
get
get
Batman becomes an exposition machine to be like, here is Grail's backstory in case you haven't read the preview because it is this.
it's
That's the terrible problem
possible.
with those sorts. That's the terrible
Certainly
problem with those
possible.
sorts of previews is that it's
Yeah,
very easy. They're things that are very easy to miss.
yeah.
Um,
But it's all done in dialogue here, and that's fine. Scott
un-
finally arrives here with the Justice League. He's introduced to them properly as alongside Metron. Scott takes the lasso
it's
of truth. Go ahead.
to basically to get everyone on side. It's very much get everyone on side. I also do love that we didn't like take Metron and we're like, we're just gonna handcuff you to a pillar. Uh,
Hmm.
because and we're just starting to split up our characters. So it's gonna be Hal and Batman. Uh, Jessica's going to be with Flash. Um, and Cyborg's still running
Cyborg,
tech.
yeah, and who with
Yeah.
Shazam, and we split up. We get another scene of another brief scene of Superman and Lex trying to outrun the parademons, before cutting back once again to the League as they
As
as they boom back to Earth, as
and Darkseid also booms to Earth. It gets summoned.
Mhm.
and
He's
it's
there with all
basically
his
we
parademon
gotta
force.
start fighting. We gotta start
Yeah,
fighting.
got a big standoff between the Anti-Monitor and Darkseid. Armies going at each other. Big action. We set up exactly the kind of story that one might expect from the return of Darkseid. Let's see what happens. Big action set piece. We end the issue on this big cliffhanger of Superman being infected and becoming evil, and things we get to.
Yeah,
And then we go into what is the final issue of this first volume, Justice League number 44, and first off, what a first page! What a first page! We get this.
yeah.
I love that this is done with Diana's narration.
Which
In
narration that has nothing to do with the Joker twist. It is just
no,
this is just John's being like, "Hey guys, I got a twist involving the Joker that I'm going to throw here. You're never going to guess what it is because it's kind of dumb." Um,
well, I also have a thing. I always had a thing that, and this is also because I'm always obsessed with Scott Snyder's Batman. I think these pages parallel Death of the Family. The way that we
oh
do
yes, they do.
the way that we do the eye zooming on that,
You're right. You're right. I need to
the
reread
look.
Death of the Family. It has
It's
it has it has
it,
been a while.
it is still my favorite Scott Snyder Batman arc. It's so fucking good, dude. Um,
Uh,
anyway, but we get that opening sequence. We get Batman and Hal together, and this is one of my favorite aspects of the smaller character dynamics in this story. Paralleling Bruce and Hal's relationship now with how it began in Justice League Origin. I really like seeing how that relationship has developed, and now Hal being the sort of sensible one, and Hal has learned a lot, and Bruce kind of being a static character and kind of refusing to change. And I like
and he
the way
kind of
Johns
has
kind of
to
examines
because he's
that.
sitting on the goddamn chair. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I just like the way Johns examines that. It's done really, really well.
yeah.
Um,
It's very much this idea that like, okay, we go to the crime syndicate's Earth. And it's like, okay, this is what happens. Also, Care can't tell the future. It knows the past and the present, and it knows the present as it's happening. So like, it can guess pretty well the future, but he doesn't know the future. Um, and it's like, okay, now we need to go to the Animator's home planet, which is Cord. So we're gonna go
mhm.
and do that.
Yeah,
While on Earth, Darkseid versus the Anti-Monitor, which is two odds, and this is everything's real bad. Everything's real bad.
yeah. This
Um,
issue is mostly a big fight sequence, and it is mostly again what one might expect. This is the big issue where Johnson's going to subvert all the audience expectations by the end, and so we get some fun standoffs here. We get I like Grail versus Calabac. I think that's very fun. I like Wonder Woman versus Steppenwolf. I think that's cool. But then we cut to Apocalypse, and we get to see this evil Superman. Imbued with this power of Apocalypse, interacting with Lex. And similarly to the way that Hal interacts with Bruce, we see how Lex has developed a lot. And we get to examine Clark not being able to be a character when infected with this. I like kind of like that
no,
idea.
because he's no longer even Superman.
Yeah.
He's now a god. Like Bruce is now a god, and that's because the twist is that people like our Justice Leaguers are going to be becoming gods, and that's not a good thing. Like power is,
Mhm.
I think it's so supposed to be pretty standard power corrupts, but it's also just like being gods means you don't really have to make choices, and
Yeah.
it's a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
You get a really good
Um,
moment with Jessica
I
Cruz.
love this moment. One of those great moments where you can see just how Johns is setting her up as an actual Green Lantern. The whole the ring, trying to scare her into not using her power, and her unleashing that power that still manifests as something terrifying, as these like sort of like snake, weird looking demon things. I love that moment. Very, very cool.
And then we
Uh,
call the Black Racer. Uh,
yes, and
as then we have Hal and Bruce on Cord, starting to see like the forbidden and basically seeing everything happen in the present because the Black Racer needs a host, so it steals Barry, who
mhm.
may or may not have been dead at this point. I cannot remember if he dies or not. It's not entirely clear.
But what do you mean?
Like when
Barry's still alive. I think he's still alive within Black
I think
Racer
he's still
here.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh, but then we get our sort of big couple of our big sort of climax here to this issue, which is Black Racer using this power to fight alongside the Anti Monitor, run through Darkseid.
Darkseid. Also, somehow the
Um,
anti-life equation, which is like Darkseid's big quest, is in the
mhm,
veins of the Anti-Monitor,
mhm.
and we end with Darkseid dead. Like,
Yeah, and that is the end of that issue. That is the end of that volume. We go into Darkseid War Part 2 with Justice League number 45. The narrative has shifted, things have
the
changed.
narrative have
The
shifted. That's our like our big wham line
and
is
like and
Darkseid
like
is dead.
and like if you're first off holding these two trades, like the volume 2 is thicker than volume 1. It like there's more story to be told when Darkseid is off the board. And this is how we hop into it. First off, Justice League number 45 is fucking Francis Manapul in art. Oh my god, look at it, look
Oh
at
my
it. Oh my
god.
god, my baby, our baby is back. So good.
Maniple and Bucalato. It's Maniple and Bucalato. It's
Yeah.
been both. It's the dream
Yep.
team. The
Yeah.
only thing that would make this better, sorry, Johns, is if they were writing it. Um,
Oh, come on. No, come on.
not that Johns is like bad or anything.
This is a
Like
great story. Come on.
it's a
This,
great no,
this
it's a
is
great
so good.
story. It's just it's art. It's sexy art, and I think
Yeah.
it's 2 issues, right? Yeah.
Yeah. This sort of mini 2 issue arc in the
Yeah,
middle
yeah,
of
because
Darkseid
now
War.
because like the back half is like a bunch of two-parters.
It's split into smaller stories, which I like. Also, on the point of the cover, I just love the way Manifold and Bucalato draw Diana. I think they do a really great New 52 Diana. Just I don't know, great style for that design. But Darkseid is dead. We open on a bit of a recap
Fucking
here.
great blood spout, but
Oh yeah,
blood
with the
blood
Omega symbol.
splatter becoming the Omega symbol.
Yeah,
Um,
oh, so good.
Again, because it's Manifold and Bucalato, there's a different type of visual storytelling.
Hmm.
Um, they are artists who fucking know visual shorthand, and because
So
they
good.
and because they both sort of define themselves as outside of standard 2010s comic style. Because let's be
Yeah.
honest, I think there's still a problem in the comics industry. I don't want to discount any artist who can fall into a
Co-
standard style.
Comic art today isn't nearly as standardized as it was in the
It isn't a standard.
2010s.
No,
Um,
no. It seems to go in
no,
like waves. It seems to go in
yeah.
waves where I've noticed this because I've been reading some very early Batman, um, and comparing that to very early Superman and a little bit of the very early Wonder Woman that I've seen.
Hmm.
Vastly different styles of storytelling and lettering and everything in there.
Hmm.
And then kind of like then you sort of move forward, and when you get to like the 50s and 60s with Jack Kirby happens, like gets
Hmm.
big,
And everyone
and
wants to be
everyone
Jack
really
Kirby. Everyone
really
wants
wants
to
to be
be
Jack
Jack
Kirby,
Kirby.
so that becomes the
Um,
that
I
becomes the
think
style.
I
And then
think
in
the
the
late
70s it kind of shifts away a little bit, and then there's a point in the 80s where it shifts back with some exceptions.
mhm.
Um
You get kind of
and then in the
most
90s it shifts like
you really get Perez. I think in the 80s, and a lot of people
yes.
trying to do Perez. Late 90s, early 2000s, you get Jim Lee and Ethan Van Sciver. A lot of people are trying to do that specific kind of like really liney, really detailed kind of look to it, and that stays until like I would say around this point in time, up to like early Rebirth, so like late
I was gonna
2010s.
say, yeah, 20, maybe even a little further into Rebirth when you
Yeah,
can
I think
start. It's.
nowadays we're starting to see people kind of try to do the Dan Mora thing. I think Dan
I
Mora
was
is
gonna
kind
say,
of the
Dan Moore is
it's
becoming the.
yeah.
It's just.
Notice
It,
how
it,
it's usually DC artists.
I was gonna. Well, you know what? I think a lot of Perez's was also his Marvel work as well.
Yeah,
Like
of
a lot.
course,
Of,
yeah. But
it's not this.
Also Perez really broke out with Titans. So like it's Titans was the
I don't
biggest
want
book
a
on the market.
tangent, but I am getting messages from Kess about
Oh,
potential Patreon ideas, and I'm telling them no. I'm not
oh no.
subjecting myself to a certain film trilogy. Um,
Okay, you gotta tell me what now.
Trilogy adaptation of Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand.
I don't know it, but my god, I'm kind of tempted now. Um
No, because it
uh
means I'm gonna have to read.
anyway, anyway, I have long been obsessed with this 2-page spread of our league together with Scott Free. I love this 2-page spread from Manifold and Bucalato. It's so good. A perfect lineup.
I want that
Um
as a poster. I want it as a
It's so
poster.
good.
Like
It's so good. I've been obsessed with that for so long, dude. It's so good. But we do a bit of a recap. We pick up with our characters where we left off last time.
it's very
Um,
much giving us the idea that the gods are born, and this issue is going to be the gods being born because a lot of the pages are then punctuated with things like the Flash, God of Death,
Superman
Superman,
is
God of
what the god of
Strength.
yeah.
Which
Batman,
can I
god of
just be honest?
knowledge. Yeah.
This is how you know that it's wrong. Well, these the first two are really how you know that it feels wrong because yes, Superman is like modeled after a circus strongman and he's a strong character, but just it feels inherently wrong to the
Well, there
champion of
is
the oppressed
I
that
was actually
like
talking. I was talking about something with my brother earlier today, actually. That he pointed out that, like, like the idea of the superhero, and what Superman started as in the Siegel and Schuster stuff, that design was taken from strongman type
yeah.
bodies. So,
It's
like,
a it's a it's a
so I do kind of like the idea of the archetypal like strongman body type being the god of strength. I think
yes,
that's a
but like
cool
the
idea.
use of the word strength, it wasn't the way it's framed within the story feels inherently fascist. It feels
Yeah,
very fascistic. I think that's also
yeah,
because of the black and white. Like they make
yeah.
them black and white, and that's like it's such a decision. And I think actually the design looks best under Maniple and Bucalato. Like
Yeah, yeah, they really talk about
nobody
it.
else quite.
I do also really like, and this might not be intentional, but I do kind of like the idea of the black suit Superman has always kind of been synonymous with the idea of rebirth and the idea of like bring this version of Superman as a god into this in the black suit, though it may not be intentional, is still kind of harking back to the Death and Return of Superman in a way. And I really enjoy that. But yeah, he beats on Lex for a little bit. We get another Hal and Bruce scene where we establish Batman as the god of knowledge.
I do
Um,
kind of wish. I know we changed the. Here's the thing. There's some points where I will just glance at the Batman thought bubbles post like thought boxes
mhm.
where to indicate it's Batman. It's not just the black and red. Sometimes they do blue and black, but it's the same shade of blue as Nightwing proper. And I think
Oh,
Nightwing. I shouldn't because this is New 52,
mhm,
and my poor boy is. I don't hate the red costume, but he's in red, and
mhm. Well. If we're talking right there, right now in publishing at the time this
well,
was
right
coming
now,
out,
isn't he like a super spy?
he's
Like
Grayson. Yeah, yeah,
he's
Grayson.
Grayson,
Yeah, yeah.
which
Also
is
written
the
by Tom.
good times that
Also written by
Nightwing
Tom
wasn't
King.
Nightwing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um. But and also art by Mikkel Hannon, and it's one of the sexiest looking books ever. It's so good. But um unrelated. After this scene, we go back to Apocalypse. We see Lex being rescued by people that have survived on Apocalypse. These sort of
yes,
like
these
refugee type
are
characters.
gosh, these
The Forgotten
um
People. The Forgotten People
forgotten
are
people of Apocalypse. Which I get. I love this idea of just that, like, even in the most horrific fascist regimes, that you're going to find some people who are going to find each other. They may get fucked up a little bit. They might not be easy, but they are still human. Like people will still find community and like try to survive.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then
So
they're gonna try to. They think Lex is part of a prophecy, and they're gonna try to make him a god. And they do. He becomes the god of apocalypse. That's I want to say
yeah,
the cliffhanger to this issue,
yeah.
uh,
And if
which
you think
is
that's
again fascinating
and
sequence.
if you think that's crazy, wait until you see what Scott Snyder did with Lex.
It's- What?
I'm not telling you. We're gonna read that run someday. I can't tell you.
Okay.
It,
Is this the
it,
wait? Can you tell me
it,
what run this is? Is this the just
Snyder's Justice League. Yeah, yeah.
okay? Oh, I was gonna say I had a feeling that was gonna be like our next, either that or Morrison were probably gonna be our next, or maybe in our. There are a
I'm,
lot of Justice League runs I want to read.
I know there are a lot of really good ones. I think I know what I want to have us do next, but honestly, I have not locked it in. So,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
And you got time. You got time. We're going into
I can.
Marvel Land, and that's gonna be
That's gonna be a
a
while. So,
whole other
yeah,
thing.
yeah. But oh my god. We go back to Black Racer and Flash and
I fucking love for Barry. Like, I feel really bad for Barry.
yeah.
I do find it fascinating that like the Black Racer is evil, but Death isn't evil. Like,
Yeah, that's a great point. I really enjoy that. It's really
um,
cool. Um, we
and
get to
I
see.
feel like, and I feel like again, Johns has always liked to play up the death aspect of Barry Allen because he's one of those DC characters who died for so long,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah,
and was dead or died when Johns was getting into comics.
yeah, and also
Like
Johnson's of course the guy responsible for bringing back Barry, and
bringing him back.
he feels a lot of responsibility for that character. Rightfully so. Um, but yeah, we then go to Shazam and Cyborg as Shazam is being infected by this shit. He becomes god of gods, as it states, which is so interesting. But we don't have much time to focus on that as our Furies arrive to confront our remaining Justice League members on Earth. Um, Meanwhile,
Lex
Lex.
is going to be basically experimented on to put through this trial.
Oh,
become the god of apocalypse.
how great is that fucking page where Lex is in the middle of the machine? That's just, oh my god, with that full no dialogue bubbles, just him strapped to those things. That the color palette is gorgeous. Ah, it's so good. Um, I can't gush enough about this art. But
Basically,
yeah,
the idea is like, what if Lex becomes the next Darkseid?
he
Um,
is transformed into Lex Luthor, God of Apocalypse, and then we go into Justice League number 46. Oh man, we once again establish all of our gods. We specifically pin GL now down as the God of Light, although he isn't really as centered into this. Like he's not
no,
like he is not specifically serving Darkseid, but he is
he like he hasn't been I feel like it's a mistake because I don't really think he gets infected. Like, it's a weird. I don't know if there was something that like Johns wanted to do. It also feels like there's Green Lantern tie-ins to this book
they're
that we're
not.
missing.
They're
They're not.
not. This was being published during the one time during the New 52, and there was only one Green Lantern book, and that was Green Lantern, and Hal Jordan was doing a whole separate thing by now. So,
Okay,
um,
so okay, wait, it's like there's a point in this book where we send Hal off to Oa to do some shit with the Guardians, and it just all
that
happens off page.
that is involved. Okay, so that is involved with a separate event called Godhead. Um,
Dumb title, but okay.
yeah, it's not even that good. It's a big GL Fourth World crossover event. I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's it,
that
it's not. Unfortunately, we are definitely gonna have to talk about it someday. But that is not for a very long time, my friend. So
that is not for a while.
yeah, gotta wait. But as we hop into this, we
We need
get
another gorgeous two-page spread.
another
Like,
look at that shit. That's so good. Oh my god, love these guys so much. Also, Diana is now fully wearing the Gal Gadot style battle skirt. That
well,
happens that happens randomly in the middle of this story, and
you can. Here's the thing: you can tell that either Batman v Superman released or was
uh,
about to release.
it would have been out by now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
because
hang on. When did this?
we're definitely in early 2016, and BVS came out in March of 2016.
Interestingly, the last issue came out in the same month as issue 48, so it's actually not out yet. It's
Oh, really?
going to be out. Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
I
I'm
think.
off by a
I
little bit
think.
then. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. You know what I'm doing? I'm counting issue 50, the end of this story, as the end of the new 52. But no, there's still 2 whole months where Jeff Johnson's
There's
not
two.
writing Justice
Yeah,
League.
there's two whole issues.
That's what I was doing in my brain. Anyway, but yeah, synergy is there. We get another great action sequence. Diana fighting Diana versus Calabac, Jessica versus Kanto. No, not Kanto.
Lashana.
Lashana. Thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think is Cantor dead at this point? No, he's not dead at this point. This
no,
might be
no,
where
no.
he dies.
Yeah.
And then,
Um,
well, first off, again, love the Jessica moments. Love them. They're great. I also love that like Jessica is just fighting to not be taken over by the ring because it's like, no, this
yeah.
ring's still trying to get me.
Yep.
And
Um,
and then I do love that Cantor's like, I'm gonna kill that bitch that is Scott free. And then suddenly you flip the page and it's the woman, the myth, the legend, Big Barda.
my beloved, I love her. Yes, she kills Kanto and goes right into battle here. And I fucking love this moment with Steve here. Who the hell is that? That's you, Trevor. That's my wife. Such a fun moment. Uh,
It is
uh,
it is it is one of those relationships like in comics that I am aware of
mhm.
because it kind of has transcended things.
Yeah.
Um like it's really fun. Like it's really fun. I think there's also some interesting gender dynamics you can play with the Scott Free Big Barda relationship
Yeah. Oh,
where
totally. Totally. Yeah.
like like part of it is Big Barda being, both feminine but also strong, like
Yeah. Yeah.
strong
Just
in
just
with
just
strength
powerful.
traits with
Yeah.
traits of strength that are often masculine but not here framed as masculine, if
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
makes
The
any sort
point
of sense. Whereas
the point
Scott Free
the point is to
is
keep it simple. She's powerful. Like powerful is the point. Like powerful can mean a lot of different things, and that it is a perfect word to encapsulate what she is.
but it's also not
And
like loving femininity or trying to do like things that in sort of the sphere of femininity are powerful. And same with Scott Free being powerful in ways that aren't typically masculine.
Yeah,
Him
good
being
stuff.
a bit closer to your mythic trickster figure. But he's the escape artist. Um,
Hmm. Um,
Interesting things. Again, utterly fascinating because these are specifically Jack Kirby characters where Jack Kirby is thinking of this, I want to say in the 70s,
mhm.
where second wave feminism is being a real big thing of trying to, looking at just the larger world of women can't own have their own bank accounts in the US until like
Mhm.
halfway through the decade. It's a whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Uh,
And then in the midst of battle here, Scott and Barda are making out, and Jeff Johns for one last time gets to comment on the fact that the new 52 is afraid of Diana and Steve being together.
you
um,
know, you know, here's the thing. You can do Diane and Steve not being together. George
yeah,
Perez did it, and he did it
yeah.
really damn well.
Oh,
So much so
totally.
that I'm
Yeah.
like, I really like Steve and Etta,
Yeah.
like as a pairing.
Hmm.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah,
yeah, our heroes begin to regroup. We come back for the first time in a very long time to the Rock of Eternity with Metron, for one brief scene as Metron is taunted by a
right.
mysterious figure, a friend of Billy Batson's. Um,
Hi, Mary. I think that's Mary,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yep,
Like that's
yeah.
Mary Marvel. Why are you here? I don't remember you doing anything in the rest of this book.
No, no, I don't think she does. Uh,
And why are you in a
um,
mirror, Mary? Did you become forced evil again and we forced you into a mirror? With Danny Dio being sexist and forced you into a goddamn mirror?
Don't question the Burger King, Jacob. So,
You know that's something the Dio would do. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about. He's perfect. So we go back to Marina. Marina, who is reunited with her daughter Grail. As
and this is
the
really sort of where we really do start to hint at Marina being an abusive mother. Because let's be honest, she was an
yeah,
abusive fucking mother. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah. We're getting that with the Darkseid War special later on, specifically. But yeah, there are little hints there. And then we get a little flashback to or we get a little image of the crime syndicate from Earth 3.
as basically they were the last people to fight the Anti-Monitor, so they should
Yep.
know. So it's like we need answers. It's very much a Justice League like, okay, we can't just punch the problem to death, even with the power that is Big Barda. It's like,
Hmm.
hey, we're gonna try to break into prison and talk to the captured members of the crime syndicate just to get any sort of information.
Yeah.
And try to restrain it. We are just kind of trying to do collateral. Um, Jeff Johns is also finally like, okay, so the Clark and Diana thing was dumb. I know it was dumb. I'm
We're gonna spend a
sorry.
scene commenting on it, but then also, and also we're gonna show Clark attacking Steve Trevor specifically at the end of this scene,
It's
and
it's very weird. Feels like I'm doing this just sort of based on vibes and what I know about New 52 Wonder Woman, like the run. Is
Mhm.
it afraid of a romantic relationship in general for Diana? Like,
uh, it doesn't really do much with romance for Diana in general, and not that Diana needs to be a romantic character. So
no,
that part I can agree with. Um, it's
which
it's a
I don't know. There
conflicting
seems
run.
to be
It
in the way relationships, but for Diana, especially when you compare it to the way that like say Scott and Barda are allowed in this book to be in a way sexually and romantically confident. Like
Mhm.
there's just this weird thing where there's something weird about New 52 Diana that feels that she's not allowed to be romantically confident.
I it's interesting to that point. I do think that, and I know you haven't read either of these books, so you can't really like agree or
Yeah,
disagree.
that's why I'm
But
like,
but like but
am I
but but
reading
but
into
but I,
this? Is my
but I, but
like,
I, but I've always kind of been of the opinion that even though I don't love, I'm okay with it. But even though I don't love Diana and Clark as a relationship, I do think the Superman Wonder Woman title had a lot more to say about this version of Diana than Azraella's Wonder Woman. Personally, I think there's a lot more to examine there. Not specifically because she was romantically involved, but also because they gave her like just more personal connections throughout that book, and
yeah,
throughout this one for that matter.
yeah.
But
It's just
but
that they just seem really afraid to show Diana and Steve confident in a relationship, even though that's like
Mhm.
It's like,
Steve was almost exclusively relegated to Johnson's Justice League. He hardly ever shows up in Azrael's
yeah,
Wonder
well, yeah,
Woman.
because he's also connected specifically to Waller, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Because he's mostly in this and Jeff Johns' JLA in the New
yeah. And
52.
then in
Um,
that miniseries, because
yeah.
you get Clark showing up,
Hmm.
realizing immediately that like this is wrong, um,
Hmm.
and sort of this is all basically a distraction. So Grail and Marina can get the anti-life equation,
Yes, and that
like,
is where the issue ends. It takes us
uh,
into Justice League
because
number
she
47.
wants to be the goddess of anti-life.
Hmm.
Um, and this is where we get the special.
Yeah.
Or no,
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 this is
sorry, special
47.
2 issues down the line.
47.
My
Yeah,
brain
this
is
issue 47. We're back to Jason Fabok on art, and Brett Anderson on colors. Um, and we open on some more Hal and Bruce shenanigans. I like Hal with the big green chair construct to just to fuck with Bruce. Very funny. Um, but we get this great little conversation
I.
between them at the start
Here's
here.
the
Go
thing.
on.
I do love about the joke is that it's a comfy chair. Like, how
Yeah,
is it a comfy chair?
it's a
Bruce.
comfy chair,
Here's the thing.
and importantly, it's bigger than the Mobius chair.
So it is. Sorry, the perspective was a little off. I wasn't quite sure.
It
Um,
definitely is. At
yeah.
the very least, he's
So
sitting higher than him.
yeah, it's just I um I like I like that Hal is kind of loose as a character. Like he's definitely less
Yeah,
uptight. Like
yeah. It was once again, I think I was talking about just like Hal has developed a lot as a character over
and, well,
time,
and part of
and
the thing is
Diana.
in the movie too, there was a tendency to be a bit more uptight. Like
Yeah, oh,
there's some
definitely. I mean, when Johns was in charge of Hal, Hal was never too uptight.
no,
But
but like. Uh, Again, part of this you could read the metatext of John's even saying goodbye and like we've learned from our mistakes. We're not going to be as uptight. We can maybe have a little more fun with it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this entire
Um,
scene is basically a I'm trying to figure out the three Jokers thing and how that could be possible. Um,
and how much can I tease it before I can save it for a final page reveal?
if I'm gonna be honest, I don't like. So I knew the twist going in. I
Hmm.
guessed the
Well, of
twist
course,
going in
yeah,
because I
yeah,
was aware of three Jokers.
yeah.
Um, these scenes feel like they're meant to be like supposed to be tying into like a event tie-in. That's
Hmm.
like narratively the purpose they're serving, and
Yeah,
I think that becomes a problem at points. Like it
yeah.
becomes just a little too annoying. It's like okay, it, here's the thing. I don't think anyone would guess three Jokers because
Yeah.
why would you? It's
Hmm.
like it, it's a twist you can foreshadow. Johns isn't really foreshadowing it in a way that you could come down to the conclusion.
Uh, I would argue there's that one panel. Oh yeah, that one after in the previous issue when Batman's looking at the images of on the of across sitting in front of him of the various Jokers.
Okay, that might be
Those
like
are
the
on
one
there.
bit of like solid foreshadowing, but at that point, like you need to you need to just reveal it. You need to just
Yeah,
reveal it because you can't
yeah.
keep stretching this.
It is stretched out, but
We are
uh,
stretched and it's getting tiring. It's like
yeah,
we already know
um,
it's about the Joker. Go on,
yeah,
go back to Clark and Diana fighting because that's some interesting. That's
yeah,
not interesting,
yeah,
but it's interesting for Diana. Not as
yeah.
interesting for
Um,
poor Clark. Poor Clark is just it's kind of there.
It's it's
Meh.
okay. Clark's had a lot to do. Here's the thing. I see the characters that Johns chooses to focus on in this story as the ones that he did not focus on throughout the entire run.
They
You know,
didn't get like an individual
yeah,
story arc for themselves.
yeah. We
Uh,
had plenty of Clark stuff. We had plenty of Bruce stuff. We even had plenty of Hal stuff. This is a story about Diana, Jessica, partially Barry, I would say, but not as much.
yeah, but let's be fair. Barry already had a lot to do in Flashpoint. Like
That's
Flashpoint
true.
was
Of course,
Barry's
yeah.
big thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, so it's just John's giving everyone their dues. And so we get this the scene with Diana and Clark fighting each other. It lasts for a brief period before.
I do like. Uh, I do. There's some ideas I like. Again, I like that Diana's more defensive and less aggressive, just overall in this scene specifically, and just the story in general. Because again, Diana can fight. Diana can be a badass, and that's part of why I do love Wonder Woman. But like,
Mhm.
that shouldn't just be what she is. She needs to be able to do other things. She's a character who needs a big supporting cast of interesting interactions. That's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Um, yeah. We then cut over to Scott, Jessica, and Vic. I forgot that Cyborg had a totally different costume here towards the end of the New 52 that it gets inserted
yeah.
here. I forgot about this. I have this whole mini series that this was involved in.
I think I've seen some. I think I've seen the cover of at least the first issue of that miniseries. And
Yeah,
you know what?
it's really good. It's really good.
I kind of like the
It's a
design. I kind
it's
of
a
like.
good design. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan. Yeah.
Again, I think I've said it. I think there's some struggling in certain cyborg designs where they go too robot, and it's like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need,
This one's a good mix. This one's a good mix. Um, but yeah, we have Barda giving them a distraction as they sneak into Bel Rev. We go to Ultraman as we are going to start collecting our crime syndicate. Meanwhile, yawn.
Grail is monologuing about how she needs Steve Trevor. She
Yes,
needs Steve Trevor.
yeah,
Mm. That
and she's gonna get him.
she's gonna get him. I'm like, Johns, you might have done this plot point a little too late to fully flesh out some of getting into Steve's psyche about it, because
Mm.
it's a it's a thing. It's a whole thing.
It was
Uh,
clearly like pre-planned. It's just not
yes.
foreshadowed.
No, no.
Yeah.
I think it needed more time after the thing happened because it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor
Mhm.
for assault, and it's not
Yeah,
quite as
yeah.
it's
Um, yeah.
yeah.
But we go over to back to Jessica and Victor as Jessica is fully taken over by Power Ring, by
Mainly
Volfu.
because this is all. I do find it fascinating that this is all. I don't want to say it's a master. It is kind of it's a master plan that makes sense in retrospect.
Mhm.
Like, oh, this is just moving these pieces to get them here to get this moment. Uh, I also really do find the Jessica Cruz power ring like over design fascinating.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
really interesting.
Mhm.
Um, like
Um, yeah.
really good at looking strong but feeling weak. If that makes sense, because again,
Yeah,
that's
no,
a
no, I
thing.
agree with
Like,
that. Yeah,
like,
yeah, definitely, definitely.
um,
Um,
because let's be
we get
honest,
more.
Hal it was yeah, Hal Jordan power ring is like very explicitly looks weak is weak.
Mhm.
Like I kind of like this facade.
There's
And it works
something about
very
the
much
way.
for
Well, also that goes into like in the previous story before Darkseid War, like the way that Barry was kind of showing Jessica how to overcome her fears, and there is that idea of her becoming strong in and of herself. But when that ring takes over, like that
that
power that
strength
she
is
is,
gone because it's not.
but also that internal power that she's been building up is still there. Like it's still like it's buried underneath. It's
It's just
buried.
buried in where
Yeah.
Jessica's been to the
Hmm.
curb. Uh,
Absolutely. Gotta love Jessica. Did I mention? Oh God, I did I mention that my human GL ranking has changed recently?
you have not.
I say recently. Over like the past like year or two, as I finally got around to finishing all of Green Lanterns. I'm pretty sure Jessica's like my second favorite Human Lantern, right behind Hal.
I was gonna
I
say second favorite after Hal. Yeah,
she yeah
that's.
yeah she. I mean I don't think Hal can ever be overtaken, but I
I do
adore.
kind of wish we got like a straight adaptation of Jessica Cruz that included some of the darker elements of her backstory. Like,
Yeah, yeah, because they're starting to do her in the My Adventures universe, and we're
but again,
not getting that.
I don't hate that they're bringing her into that and doing something radically different with her. I haven't seen season
Mhm.
3, but like I know they're changing things because the audience of that show is kids, and you
Yeah,
need.
yeah.
Here's the thing: I think she's a character you need to be aiming at like a teenage audience, like to
Mhm.
be able to tackle that type of material
Yeah, they also didn't do her properly
effectively.
in that one Bruce Timm Justice League movie, the Fatal Five one. Which I didn't
Oh
hate the
no,
adaptation, but just, no one's ever done the full Power Ring
no one's ever
to
done it. No
Green
one's ever
Lantern
done it.
pipeline. Yeah.
This is why you need to do
Let me
Green
make a Green
Lantern.
Lantern show. God damn it, fuckers. Ah, whatever. Anyway, okay. So,
Mr. Gunn, season 2 of Lanterns, we're going to do something radically different. You're bringing in Jessica Cruz and fire David. Who's running
but I can't.
Lanterns?
Oh, I forget his name. I don't know. Just
Damon
let me do it.
Lindoff, the
Just
guy
let
that
me.
does True to.
Yeah, yeah. Just let me do it. Just let me, and then also let me do my Harley Quinn show idea that I've had a great idea for a very long time.
You,
Unrelated.
you, You write the scripts. I do. I wrangle the people,
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
and that includes wrangling you.
Hey, I shut up. I'm hiring Dan
Sorry,
DiDio day
sorry.
one.
Reining in your fan impulses because
I'm hiring Dan DiDio day one. So,
no.
so anyway, we're so off topic. We are doing so many
I'm
tangents.
sorry.
God, it's such
Yeah.
a long story.
We get more of the Clark
Diana,
Diana fight, and it's
yes,
fine.
yeah.
I like the breakdown of
How?
him
Yeah,
admitting he's Clark Kent. That's fine. Sorry. The more interesting stuff is the crime syndicate stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Hal
it's.
and Bruce reunite with Diana and Clark as Clark begins to break through his conditioning.
I do like this
Um,
idea that Clark is dying.
mhm.
This like it's killing him, and I'm like, oh, that
Yeah,
actually
breaking down like his
changes
cellular
things.
structure. Yeah.
Um,
That's cool. Scott and Barda break into the rest of the syndicate cells, and we break out Superwoman, who, may we remind the audience, is indeed still pregnant. And my
is
God, I always forget the insane direction this swings. It's so
it gets
it's so
fucking.
much.
Here's where things get weird.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
Cyborg's taken over by the grid,
mhm.
and
Grid goes
then
back
the
online.
the
And then Mobius, the monitor, is restored.
but it's
Uh,
also paralleled as like giving birth, like
mhm.
visually, like
Yeah,
uh,
it's cool imagery. I like the parallel being done there. But yeah, Grid is back online. It is working in well, for now. It is working in tandem with Vic, um, and Superwoman fully regains her powers and begins to escape as Owlman arrives. That is where the issue ends. We go into Justice League
but the
48.
twist of the Justice League and the Crime Syndicate need to work together, and
Yes. Um, yeah, insane. As we go to Justice League number 48, Superman in his compromised state is able to hold kryptonite. I also just love the image of Ultraman desperately reaching for the kryptonite. It's very funny. Um, as all of our Justice League and Crime Syndicate members are working together, they're coming up with a plan together to go after the Anti Monitor. And
Crime Syndicate specifically wants revenge.
Yes.
Obviously, everyone wants to save their planet. There's there's this interesting like we can't really negotiate, so it's basically like all right, fine, we'll work together. Clark, give Ultraman the rock, like
Mhm.
uh,
Ultraman eats kryptonite, of course, as you do, and regains his powers. We go to Gotham City as we begin separating more members of our team to save various groups of people as the Monitor and Anti Monitor's powers grow. Um, uh,
and Mobius the Anti Monitor desperately wants the chair. He wants the chair. He wants
Yes.
it back.
Batman refuses to get out of it because he's Batman. We get some more great action of Hal and Jessica fighting side by side as we call in the rest of the Green Lantern Corps to help them
Because
out.
Jeff Johns can't stop himself.
No, he
He
can't. Look at them. They're all so beautiful. I love them. My babies are all here. It's so
and
nice.
he realizes this is a great way to do a bloodbath without showing any blood. Just have a bunch of
Yeah.
rings flying away.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. Very fun. Very cool. Oh my
yeah,
god, look at
this
them
is where
all.
we also get the reference like, hey, Hal went off to do some stuff on Oa and stuff that sounds like it should be a tie-in, but apparently, like you said, it's a different event. That's
It's this okay. So basically, oh God. So here's the cool. Okay. Another tangent. I have to. Okay. So Jeff Johns leaves GL. Rob Venditti takes over. Rob Venditti has really cool ideas for Green Lantern. But is consistently doing these ideas while crossing over with other GL books because he wants to take full advantage of the fact that like there's a huge corner of the DC universe that is Green Lantern books. So he's using all of
he's
those
also
to
writing multiple books at the time. He's
yeah,
also writing.
because he's about to take over Flash at the time. Yeah. And so he does all this. He does like two events in a row, gearing up for a third that he needs a lot of help with because he's setting up Godhead. Godhead is the big one that this ties into. And as he is setting up the next big leg of his GL run, um, all the rest of the GL books are canceled. Red Lanterns, New Guardians, and Green Lantern Corps are all canceled at the same time, and Vendetti's on his own. So he's like, we're gonna wrap this up really, really fast, and we're gonna do an arc with just Green Lantern. But like anything else that this like directly connects to is all kind of slammed into the mess that is Godhead. It's so messy.
It's the it's the
You're
I
gonna
was
hate you're gonna hate it when you get around to it eventually. Godhead is
it's
also
the
ridiculously long.
oh no, how long? How long?
It's at least 20 odd issues.
No,
Um,
no, that's
it's
too much.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's a
How
lot.
many?
Wait, so
Let me make sure I have this right. Hang on. Hang on. Uh, Godhead reading order. I want to say it's an even 20 issues. Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
and
Uh,
only like I think three, but 3 or 4 of them are actual Green Lantern issues. Yeah.
so what are the other books? What are the other books?
Other books are Sinestro, Red Lanterns, New Guardians, Green Lantern Corps, Infinity Man and the Forever People, and I think that's all of them. Multiple issues of all of those titles.
Oh, that's one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a fucking mess, and it's all slammed into like the last leg of all of those books. So,
because the books have gotten canceled, so
yep.
it's
It's oh god, it's so bad. It's also not a good story. Like I don't know, man. I can't do it. Oh, a topic for another time. Anyway, on back to this. uh, Green Lanterns are called in. Yes, we get the bloodbath of Green Lanterns as the rings keep flying away, looking for new people to latch onto. Um, we get our Justice League teaming up against Mobius as he gets more and more power hungry, and as he is facing off with Ultraman, Lex Luthor arrives in his Darkseid form with his army of parademons. They begin hunting. They begin fighting with the Monitor, and Diana then comes face to face with Superwoman, who reveals that the baby is coming. All while it is also revealed that Steve Trevor has been captured by Grail, and she's going to do something to
to
him.
him. Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
and that takes us into the Dark Side War special, The
actually,
Darkness Within. So this is what, two main stories, couple stories. Well, it's multiple stories weaved together in a roundabout way. Um, but
some of which we've seen a little bit before, some of which we haven't.
yes,
I think oddly enough, the
um,
most compelling one is Jessica's. Like
yeah.
that's the most compelling
This
one.
is a cornerstone of her journey to becoming a Green Lantern. Um, and so we pick up with her. Pick up with her, and
I love this idea of that. Like
the power
she is like
ring
the one
keeps
person
within it
to wear the ring
that
who hasn't
refuses
run
to,
away.
yeah, that
Like
doesn't like really give into its power and doesn't really feed into that fear.
because the fear is
Despite the fact that Jessica as a character is poised to do so, is poised to give into that fear, she refuses it regardless. And God, I love this character so much. She refuses that. She comes within this. She comes face to face with the Earth 3 Hal Jordan, the original Power Ring, and um, she begins trying to escape. Meanwhile, we get a big old flashback with Marina and Grail as we get a bunch of their backstory together. And oh man, Marina's a bad mom. Oh man, Grail.
a bad mom who's trying her best? Question mark.
Yeah,
But also,
again, people are complex, and I think it's John's kind of nailing the nuance of all that. All that entails.
because
Um,
Grail also isolates herself a little bit. Like
mhm,
there's this idea that there's things Grail was doing to herself that Marina didn't see or know how to deal with.
mhm,
Uh, and so the idea was again, we're kind of bringing up the idea that it might have been a good idea for Grail to not live, which is dark.
mhm.
Um, obviously, Marina can't. Marina eventually, there's this flashback to Man's World, where you get very much get the horror of Man's World, shall we say? Like,
But also Marina using her dark side baby as a weapon, like We see like the Omega Beam blast like coming
Here's the
out
thing:
of like
either using it as a weapon or Grail doing it to protect them both. It's a left intentionally just a little
this is true.
ambiguous.
This is true. I
Um,
mean, the implication of just being like, oh no, there's darkness within both of them. Like it's neither of them are truly innocent, nor are they truly all bad. You know, um,
it's clear
it's
that Grail does love her mother and hates her father,
mhm,
um, but is also called to her father. Um,
mhm.
it's really interesting because I'll bring up the movie again. The movie kind of adapts this as Raven and Trigon,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
which
Using the elements that were set up in that universe already. I guess it makes sense. But
it
all
makes sense.
but
But
also
all
but also this comic fully introduces and gives Grail a full character within one story.
yeah. Well,
So
Here's the thing. In terms of like thematically, they are very similar.
yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah,
can
I can see
see
that.
why. But I that movie is weird. The movie is
So
weird, and
weird,
it's
so
making
weird.
choices that I
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's weird. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, we get this sort of like calling out to her like from Darkseid. We get to see her continue to like grow up as she practices these like dark rituals as her and her mother prepare for their war against Darkseid. Um, just some really cool imagery here that I really enjoy. That is equal parts really cool and fucked up.
yeah.
All eventually.
There's this idea. There's this eventual idea that like Grail also wants to destroy Mobius. Like
Mhm,
I want to destroy them both. I want to destroy everything, and we're gonna use we're gonna use Steve Trevor for my revenge.
mhm.
Um,
This takes us sort of
and
like back into the present day as we have
uh,
Trevor captured.
chained to the wall, and explicitly Steve Trevor gets sexually assaulted.
Yes.
Uh,
Is portrayed as a kiss. It's him.
look in the same way that a vampire bite is definitely just a vampire bite. This
Yeah.
kiss is just a kiss.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
it's not, and exactly we don't entirely reckon with it mainly because this isn't Steve's story,
Mhm.
and that's a little bit of a problem. I'm like, we if you're going to do these sorts of plot points, you do need to be willing then to fully examine them, and you can't just
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Um,
But yeah, he's taken by Grail. Uh, we Jessica back into this as she continues to try to escape the power ring, and within it,
and make sure she's not going to be afraid again. Uh,
mhm. And within it, as she makes her final escape, and we get to the end of the issue, we see her come face to face with Vic Stone, fully human form,
Human, yeah,
separated from Grid, and that ends the special. It's basically just a regular issue of Darkseid War,
yeah.
just done
Honestly,
as a special.
I feel like again, I feel like there's a non-zero chance that at some point during planning this, they were Johns was told we're ending we're ending the New 52 at this date,
Mhm.
and like
Yeah. I mean,
this is a
to be fair, it is structured like a side story because it is about just two specific characters.
yes,
It's about Grail
yes.
and Jessica, and I get that, but it is also just a very pivotal part of the story, and
Yeah.
it needs to be
Well, here's the thing.
included.
I think Johns would have used this as just a regular issue. I think this was added in just because maybe for an annual, maybe we just it was
Yeah,
a we want to end the story at 50. This story needs to be told.
yeah,
Put it here.
yep.
Um, and it
Whatever. I
makes
mean, it's still a really great issue, and contributes to the ongoing story as a whole. So, also we didn't comment on the whole time. Ivan Reese art, which is
Ivan
always
Reese does some
always
of the art.
yeah, yeah.
Not all of the art.
He does the
It's
Jessica
this
Cruz stuff, I believe.
yes. Oh, Just Cruise's stuff is definitely him.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's
Um,
Oscar Jimenez and Paul Pelletier doing pencils on the Marina and Grail stuff. I think it
yeah.
flashbacks
Um,
might be Jimenez. If I had to
yeah,
guess. Uh,
probably.
no, because I know
But
Paul Pelletier is an artist who is very much in the wants to be Jim Lee style.
yeah, oh
Like
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's look at his contributions with alongside Jeff Johns. Like it's anyone that works with that guy kind of has a style that Johns is looking for. So, but we go to our second to last issue today with Justice League 49. So, hopping in, Lex has arrived with his parademons, and big old fight's about to break out, except for the fact that, oh yeah, that's right, Superwoman's about to have her baby,
And
and
the baby's going to be the messiah for the crime syndicate.
insane. This shit's crazy. I love it. It's the crime syndicate. You can just tell Johns' love for Silver Age Madness with every time he writes the crime syndicate. Like just like how much he loves how utterly ridiculous these guys are, um, and wants to push it to an area of like, oh yeah, again, there's that tonal grounding while still keeping it what the crime syndicate are, and that is
Ridiculous.
ridiculous. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I enjoy that. Uh, Things begin to escalate as Lex begins to fight off the Monitor. Um, we have Jessica interacting with Cyborg inside a power ring as Owlman watches over Superwoman's birth, or her birthing process. I don't know how to describe it. But we have some more action then. Lex continuing to power up as he is part Darkseid. Um, uh, Mr. Miracle
We
and
get
Barda
Scott
enter
and
the
Barda
fray.
entering
Yeah.
the fray. There's a lot of things of entering the fray. Um,
Mhm.
it's also the question of who's the baby's daddy? Who is the baby's
I'm pretty
daddy?
sure we had it revealed in during Injustice League, didn't we?
Yeah, well,
The
it's um
I'm pretty sure that's
like
where it was revealed. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure
well, because we know, I think.
the audience knows, but of course not. Not most of our characters. Um, but as they uh, um, a bunch of our Justice Leaguers converge on the Monitor. Fight continues.
I do like that Clark has to let go of the power and just become his normal self again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Lex, of course, doesn't.
Hmm.
Like, and Barry is almost trying to, but can't because of what the Black Racer is it's implied to.
Hmm.
Um,
The Monitor is aware that the heir to Darkseid is coming as he attempts to kill Lex. Grail and Marina boom into the battlefield as the birthing is almost complete, as it is completing as Superwoman gives birth to her baby. We get all of our characters reacting to just the insanity of this event as
but also, Steve Trevor is now a weapon slash god that kills Anti Monitor.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
and that ends the
describing the ending
issue.
of this story is so insane.
It is kind of in the best, most ridiculous way that one might expect. This is Justice League number 50. Here we go. So, um, the Anti-Monitor has been killed. Steve is unleashed as a weapon of Grail,
And the idea is
fighting
that
against
Grail wanted to
Diana.
create a god only to destroy it. Like that's why
Yes.
he did the stuff with Mobius, and now wants to use Steve to kill everybody, including Diana, but like everybody.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
Um, Mentally torturing Diana. My God, it's awful.
and of course,
Um,
Steve is still in there somewhere, and he just can't do anything about it. It's like
yeah.
Diana, you need to kill me. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Um, we then our Green Lanterns converge. They trap Grail inside a Green Lantern cage, a construct. She breaks out as Diana is forced to continue to fight Steve. Um, Lex is still holding on to his power as his power is taken from him by force as we use the power of Earth 3 Lex, whose
because
baby this actually
yeah,
is.
because this is son of Earth 3 Lex, who was
And
infused with also I guess, the power of Black Adam, because it's
yes.
Mazash. Mazash.
And then Superwoman is killed as by Grail
Grail, like just kind of quickly, she just kind of goes down.
as
Um,
the baby is infused with this power. Uh, the ritual is completed by Grail as those four heroes try to like recoup from that. Grail finishes that as Barry tries to break free from the Black Racer.
there's very much the idea that the crime syndicate, who are the survivors, are going to try to fucking leave.
Mhm.
Um,
um, and then as the Black Racer and Barry, as Barry's trying to outrun the Black Racer lands his final sort of killing blow on Jessica.
Not on
Um,
Barry, on Jessica. Like,
yeah, um, killing her outright, and and removing Lex's power from him as the League. And
we
of course,
get
Green
this is
Lantern
where we get
Corps.
the big thesis statement: is that the Justice League are not gods. Like, that's where we
Hmm
get the big thesis statement of this story. Uh,
hmm Um, we
the League aren't
get
gods. The Green Lanterns aren't gods, because some of the Green Lanterns are still here because we need to bolster the numbers at this point. Like,
mhm. um, Grail tries to protect the baby as Marina watches on in horror. And the baby is the baby is fully infused with the power of Darkseid, giving birth to Darkseid once more. The baby, I repeat, is Darkseid, and not just Darkseid. It's not just like we have a baby version of Darkseid. It's like the power is given to the baby, and the baby
and he
just becomes
becomes
fully grown Darkseid.
adult Darkseid, implied to be Dark's like
The Darkseid.
no different. Yes,
This is the Darkseid that created the absolute universe, Jacob. The same Darkseid. This is
that will create that. This is also the same Darkseid that Jack Kirby wrote.
yes.
Like,
Amazing. Amazing. Don't you just love comics? This is what it's all about, man. This is
you
it.
know what? You know what? Actually, I will do a genuine complaint here. I don't love this design of Darkseid. Like,
Oh, see, I quite like this
this,
one actually. I kind of
I don't
like it.
know. I don't know. I, it
It does
doesn't
kind of
work as
it does kind of make him look like he's balding, but otherwise it's all right.
yeah. That's I don't.
I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool. I like the darker colors, um, and the bare arms. Um,
I do love that then Hal saves Bruce by forcing the Green Lantern ring on his finger so he can just get off the fucking chair.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Which is also kind of a fulfillment of Johnson's Green Lantern that you've already seen a
yeah,
part of. Like that's really cool. Johnson just knows how to like kind of tie this all together. Barda returns with the Furies and Calabac as they all come in to fight off Grail. Darkseid goes to make his escape before the Owlman takes the Mobius chair, making his escape. Um, Marina turns on Grail because awful things that she has done. And we get a little fight between them as Darkseid is attacked once more by Grail. Or sorry, Grail shoots through her mother, Marina, to kill her, which goes to Darkseid as well. Darkseid disappears, but Marina
separates the
is
anti-life equation from Darkseid because he was also infused with the anti-life equation,
yeah.
which honestly, here's the thing: the anti-life equation doesn't feel as present as it should for how much it shows up in this thing. Like,
No, and I think that's a byproduct of doing the subversion of removing Darkseid from
yeah,
over 50% of this
some of it as
story.
well just might be because
Um,
there's so much of the story.
yeah,
Like,
of course, yeah. Um, but it is still there. And yeah,
everything disappears in a puff of logic.
yes, our
Like,
heroes are freed of their Darkseid influence, if there was any left.
Jessica
Marina,
is resurrected as a Green Lantern in the
because
yeah.
the Black Racer killed Power Ring, not Jessica.
Jessica.
Um, and so one of the Green Lantern rings, of the lanterns that were killed during the fight, one of them goes to Jessica. I forget that beautiful panel of Jessica finally being chosen as a Green Lantern. It's a gorgeous moment. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Um,
I love the bittersweet ending for Scott and Barda because Barda made a pact with the Furies to go
yep.
back to them if they
Yeah.
would help. Like,
Yep. Great moment.
uh,
Um, Grail continues to look after now actual baby Darkseid. And Lex returns to the Forgotten People of Apocalypse as a hero to them, wearing a new, improved blue armor Superman suit. Have you seen this design before?
I have not. I don't think
Oh,
so.
really?
Uh,
This okay? So this is the whole thing of Jurgens' return to Action Comics at the start of Rebirth. This is the design.
ooh,
Yeah,
cool. Well, it's
yeah.
also like super New 50 because New 52 Superman is dying, like
Yeah.
at the end of this,
hmm
and then we get the big twist. Surprise! It's three Jokers.
We get the three Jokers moment. We
You know what?
get
I know why Hal is here for it. Like it should be someone in the Bat family who has a
yeah,
connection to this. I'm like to get this
yeah.
revelation. Like
hmm And then the scene,
obviously, Dick
and
is
then of course you
being
remember like the scene is directly picked up on then in DC Universe Rebirth #1. So and where it's just Batman there, which is very, just kind of removing Hal from the equation. That's fine. Um, but then we see Diana saying farewell to Marina as Marina dies, and one
and this
final
idea that
revelation.
yeah, like uh Diana has a twin brother. Um,
hmm
I think this is a rebirth setup, right? This is like a
Yeah, is rebirth thing. And then we get one final two-page thing. Metron and Owlman are together. Someone is coming after them, and then they both disappear. Do you know what this is?
yeah, it's Doctor Manhattan.
Yeah,
This
okay,
is
okay, okay, yeah, I was gonna say,
this
okay,
is
yeah.
Doomsday
So,
Clock bullshit.
yeah, this
This
is
is
Doomsday
Doomsday
Clock
Clock
bullshit. Okay,
bullshit.
yes, yeah. Okay, and that's the end of it all. But yeah,
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 like
yeah. So yeah, I'm assuming the two things you're referring to of this setting up were
yeah, it
Three
was
Jokers
setting up.
and Doomsday Clock. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
those are two
Just
really
okay.
big, mainly because of the two big events that Jeff Johns had a hand in. Because I know Greg
Mm-hmm.
Rucka, whose second run on Wonder Woman is the Rebirth.
Yeah, Greg Rucka wasn't Wonder Woman, and he took on that plot
For
line
Rebirth, not
for
for
Rebirth.
the end
Yeah,
of this, but yeah.
yeah, he takes on Rebirth. Dan Jurgens takes on Action Comics, and that's where the Lex Luthor stuff goes.
Because
Obviously, yeah.
Tomasi and Gleason are on
Oh,
Superman.
isn't there also? I forget where it is in this volume, but isn't there? There's also a hint at Wally reaching out to Barry at one point. I can't remember where it is.
I think it's during the run. I think it's somewhere during the run.
Yeah. There's a bit where you can get that where John sets that up for Rebirth #1. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, all kinds of fun little setup things. But honestly, that's not even the point of the story. It's just a good story on its own.
no, uh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
actually really good. It's actually
yeah.
good. It's a bit ridiculous, and it's not perfect. Again, like there are some big problems with it in places. Like there are a couple things where it's just like, I'd like a little more of this here, a little less of that there.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There are
I
adjustments to be made, but
yeah,
I think it's
adjustments to
good.
be made. I do think some of it, if you think about the context of like what's being made in as where the New 52 is ending, and let's be honest, DC through the entire New 52 was kind of in chaos, like this constant state of chaos of editorial mandates, weirdness of we have to adhere to this being a new universe where there's superheroes have only been around for 5 years. But this is sort of just the button, I think, on and always it's the button on the New 52. Like will not be like not being about the New 52, but it is about the New 52.
Yeah,
Got a lot
yeah.
of things.
It's again, that's not even. Yeah, like you could read into it all you want as far as like what it thematically means for the New 52 and Johns' writings as a whole. But honestly, it's just a good story. It's a way to end his Justice League run that I think ties everything up in a neat little bow, while also setting up fun little things for the future of the DC universe. And I don't know, I just think it's one of those moments where you could just kind of tell everyone was on the same page about where things were going, and I think it
Yeah.
all kind of worked out in the end.
I
So
think it works. It's certainly John's being stronger than say he was with Trinity War, which
yeah,
was such a
Trinity War so
mess.
much. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, what's Pandora on the cover of the first volume? Shouldn't
Oh
she?
no, that's Grail.
Well, that's Grail.
Yeah, take a closer look. It's Grail.
It looks like Pandora.
It
It
does
looks
kind of
like
look like
Pandora.
Pandora. Yeah, it does. It does. But it's Grail. But yeah. Oh, we did of course, as we mentioned multiple times, do some adapted material for this. Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, which is in the loosest possible terms an adaptation of this book. It's not.
Thematically, it's there. Darkseid is involved. I don't hate it. Matt Ryan's really good in it. Like
He's so good. He's so
he's
good.
given the best material.
He's so
Uh,
good. Um, Matt
but
Ryan's the perfect Constantine, as always.
I think the big like the big I don't want to say issue. The big sort of problem with it is it's more overstuffed than this. It's like
Mhm.
20 different comic arcs in one. One, I also don't love that Damien and Raven are like a
I think.
thing.
Well, that was kind of set up in other DC animated films
I
before
know
that.
that that's a thing that this universe did.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that it's the thing that took off and sort of it's now become more of a thing that people seem to like.
I don't remember
Partially
going much elsewhere canon wise. Is that a thing? Is it you're just talking about like a fandom thing? Do
a
fans like
fandom
it?
thing. People really like that as like
That's interesting.
yeah,
Hmm.
which is weird because like I'm like I Raven Raven
It's
as a character has been is Raven and Starfire especially are two characters from the New Teen Titans that have been like irrevocably changed by the Teen Titans show from 2003
yeah,
in not always the best ways. I'm
yeah.
sorry, but I
I agree. I agree.
I I think they've been flattened and like they get flattened even worse. I kind of wish we had more just more in that movie almost more focus. They give it an extra 20 minutes because it's a 90-minute
Mhm.
film, which is for these movies is long. Like they
Yeah.
usually
Well,
run 70 to 80.
that's only about yeah. It's usually yeah. It's only about like 10-15 minutes more than they usually get. But it is nice. I do really like yeah, I was a couple things I do really like, and I like uh I love it's a more a comment on the universe as a whole, but I love watching Stuart Allen grow up with the role of Damien, and I think that really
Yes,
shows in his kind of send off performance here. Stuart Allen's always been like the perfect
he's
Damien for
quite
me.
good.
He's so good.
Uh,
Um,
again, I think it's just because the big problem is there's like 20 different stories going on, and a lot of them are tonally inconsistent. Because with Justice League Dark, a lot of the stories they were drawing on were Vertigo stories already.
mhm.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
they were drawing on early Hellblazer. They were drawing a little bit on Alan Moore's Swamp Thing pretty explicitly.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff in there, and I love that movie so much.
whereas
Apocalypse War,
Apocalypse War is Final Crisis and the Terror of Trigon and uh, 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 the
Dark Side
Dark Side
War.
War and also Justice League Origin again, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
kind
there's a couple
yeah,
of things where it's like okay.
yeah.
Um, and
But
also some Constantine and Zatanna stuff. And
yeah, yeah. Uh, I do also really love. I'll say I love where the film ends off. I like as an ending to the universe. I like the drawing it back around to Flashpoint Paradox. I think that's done really
oh
well.
yeah, because it does
Um,
Flashpoint again.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but I think it's done well. I think it's a good way to cap off the universe. It's not an amazing film, but honestly, it's way better than people make it out to be.
It
I
is.
can have
I
a
have
good time
seen
with it.
many. I have seen far worse DC animated films,
Yeah,
even in
um,
the last year.
yeah. I don't know. I was always a really big fan of the New 52 era animated universe. Maybe some of the later ones weren't quite my thing, like Batman Hush. Um, that
It's,
one did nothing for
it's
me. Um,
there are points where they don't.
Or
They struggle
or
with
actually even some of the early ones like Batman versus Robin. Oh God, hate that
where
one.
they do. I think it hurts when they don't commit to adapting something. Like
Yeah, yeah. And when they call it a specific story, it's like it just annoys me.
yeah,
But whatever. Oh, Judas Contract. Oh God, I can't wait till you see that one. That one's so bad.
I,
um, Yeah. Anyway, unrelated. But yeah, that's after material, and that's Dark Side War. What a time, and what a run. Like I said, at the start of this,
we finished it.
this is our third DC run in a row that we have finished on this block, and as such, this is our last episode for this current DC
Yes.
block. The podcast is about to switch to tri-weekly. I'm looking forward to an easier workload, but also looking forward to just getting into some Marvel stuff. So, Jacob,
Yeah.
um. I'd love to see what you think we got coming up. I would love to find out
I Are we doing
what you think.
some sort of big multi-episode event? I think that might be where we're going. Like,
I mean, next episode we're covering is a single. The next comic we're covering is a single story. I'll
oh,
say
so it's
that.
not okay, it's not a multi-episode because that's what I was. Okay, we should tell listeners. You've given me no hints.
I
You've given
haven't.
me
I
no
really
real
haven't.
hint.
I've been very proud of myself for holding back on hints on
I
this
know
one.
what it's. I can tell you what it's not. It's not more Spider-Man by Stan Lee and John Romita.
And Jeremy,
Or
yeah.
it's
Historically, how most of our Marvel blocks have started. Yeah, it's
with
we're not starting with that.
Lee.
You're
Not
absolutely
to
right
say,
about that.
I feel like there's going to be Stan Lee and John Romita Spider-Man in this block somewhere. Like,
Might be. We'll see.
I, you know what? Fuck it. Dartboard. This is probably wrong. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Fantastic Four.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
That's your
something similar.
that's it. You got nothing else for me?
Or something similarly 60s that isn't Spider-Man. Like,
Okay. You got nothing else for me?
I'm sorry, I got nothing.
Wow, I really love how stumped you are for this, because I'm very excited to reveal this episode,
What is
or
it? What are we
rather, should
doing?
I say these episodes? I'm actually gonna throw you a little curveball. I would like to reveal a couple episodes here for you in a row.
Okay.
I'll do you one
Yeah.
better. I'll do you two better. I'll do you three better. Hell, I'll do you four better. Where I'm gonna reveal the next four episodes for you, my friend. Because while yes, indeed, next time we are covering a single story, I think our next couple episodes are indeed linked in a way. Uh, I would like to, across the next four episodes, do one big old block covering the Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale color books. Next time on Fresh
Oh,
Face Comics,
wait.
next time on Fresh Face Comics, we're gonna talk about Daredevil Yellow, the first one of those four books.
Okay.
And
Okay.
afterwards Spider-Man Blue, afterwards Hulk Gray, afterwards Captain America White, all in one big four-episode block to kick off this new Marvel block for us here on Fresh Face Comics. I
Okay.
am
Oh.
so damn
Oh yes,
excited to
because
talk
I
about
think
these.
there's we're at the point in the Ramita run where Stan Lee Ramita run where
You're gonna see some of the events you've seen in the Ramita run adapted into Spider-Man Blue. Indeed, yes.
yes.
So, but yeah,
Okay.
their first book they did together was Daredevil Yellow. So that'll be next time.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm so
I don't know
excited,
how
so
I'm going to
excited.
classify this in my notes.
Haha,
Like,
fuck you, Jacob. Fuck you. Praise Dan DiDio. Praise the Burger King. Fuck you and your
wait,
schedule.
no, we're not doing that. No, 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 no,
Yes,
no, no, no,
I will
no.
summon him to the podcast one day. It shall happen.
Are these
uh,
books? I really hope I can get these books physically because it's low in sale.
they've all been reprinted recently.
I'll take.
Yep, all of them, all four of them.
Well, are they? Oh,
They,
okay.
they,
I'll take.
sorry, I say recently they were reprinted like 2-3 years ago, but they're all still in print on Amazon, so you can absolutely still get them. Yeah, so excited to talk about these. They are books very near and dear to my heart, and also just excited to get back to some Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale because it's been a hot minute. So that'll be very exciting.
Light
Yeah,
Story was the one that Kian wanted to be on, right? Not Blue,
correct,
right?
correct. Yeah.
Correct. Okay, I was like, I'm trying to. Sorry, my
Oh,
brain.
I have guests lined up for the next couple episodes.
I do. I
So
do. I do. I do.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, hang on. Hang on. I gotta check my spreadsheet real quick.
Would you like to take a look at who those guests are? I won't say on the podcast just in case
Yeah,
scheduling
yeah,
falls through.
yeah. That
But
makes so much sense. That makes.
yep,
The third one is what threw me for a loop. The third one is what threw me for a loop and didn't.
I
I didn't
see.
because I thought they would be for
Uh-huh.
book, but also
Yep.
that makes sense for this.
And would you like to know? I do have a person for that fourth episode, and I think you know exactly who
Yeah,
that's
no,
going
no,
to
no. You
be.
told me that. You
Oh,
told
I
me
did.
that one.
Oh, I
You did
did.
tell me that one.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It makes.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. In that case, I'm so excited to do this block with you. Cannot wait to talk
I
about
press
these.
a go to Jeff Loeb and
Yeah.
Tim Sale land again.
I know, you're gonna love it. Okay, so in the meantime, let's get some promotions out of the way. Let's close this out. Jacob, what do you have going on in your life at this exact
My blog,
moment?
my blog. I am doing my blog. I'm reviewing quite a few things. In the coming week, so this week or maybe next week, there's going to be a Star Wars book review. Um, there's also definitely been a couple of Doctor Who EDA and no past Doctor Who Adventures reviews, as well as some Doctor Who Target novelization reviews. I'm starting a block of those, a couple of those. I do them as audiobooks. And I already got some thoughts brewing on the one that I started today as time of recording. Maybe out the time now. I'm also reviewing Star Trek: The Next Generation for the first time. The episode Identity
Correct.
Crisis.
Identity crisis. I think you're on. Fuck yeah.
Yes, sorry. My brain. Identity Crisis is a generic fucking title. Like,
Yeah, like most TNG titles, I know, shocker.
I'm looking ahead. You one that's Cupid with Q, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that one's
It's
gonna
all
stick in my
kinds of
head
exciting.
because
Yeah.
Cupid.
Of
Like,
course, yeah. Yeah. Similarly, I am also reviewing Star Trek Next Generation with my brother through video reviews on this very channel on Blood Donut Studios. At the time of this coming out, we have recently put our review for Night Terrors. That is out right now. Check out our review for that there, and also over on Patreon, patreon.com/Blood Donut Studios. You can get our next review, which is, of course, as you would have guessed, is indeed Identity Crisis. Our review for that is out on Patreon at the Lieutenant, Ensign, and Commander tier. All that is right there. Also on our Patreon, there is Fresh Face Extras. It's even more the podcast you're listening to right now. Before this episode, we were talking about what Best Picture nominees and
picture
Lost Media
nominees,
and Doctor Who, as we so often do.
Doctor Who, and I think did I mention music? I might have mentioned playing music a little
I
bit.
think you
I can't
did. Yes,
remember.
you did. You did indeed. But yeah, all that's there. We also do bad movie commentaries every single month. It is August. August is the big one. We're
It's the
watching
big
Cats.
one. It's the
We're
big
watching
one.
Cats 2019. I don't know who's going to be on it yet. We're going to have at least
I
a
think
few guests.
I've confirmed at least two. I think.
Okay.
Um,
That is good
yeah.
to know. All that said, it's going to be a crazy commentary. You need to join the the lieutenant or the commander tier to check out that commentary. It's going to be fucking insane. So excited for it. There's also over on Patreon our TOS commentary, Star Trek: The Original Series. Me and my brother are watching through the whole original series all over again. At the time of this coming out, our most recent commentary, we have started season 2 with a muck time. And obviously our next commentary is Who Mourns for Adonis. That'll be coming out
Adonai,
the week before Daredevil Yellow. Okay, okay.
not
Um,
Adonai.
so, also, if you're on any of that on Patreon, there is a general support tier. It's only $1 a month. It is the cadet tier. Your name down below on every video we put out. People see your name down there. They'll see you're a cool person. They'll want to be a cool person too, and they will join the Patreon because that is where the cool people go. Otherwise, on YouTube, on our channel, we do R2BD. It's our Star Wars show that me and my brother do. We have our video on Jedi Survivor coming out, hopefully in the very near future. We are nearing the end of the game right now, at the time of recording this. Also, there's Fresh Face One Shots. We cover current comics coming out. Me and Jacob here. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Batman by Matt Fraction, and The Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. We cover all those month to month, and we have events coming up for Batman and Superman, so be sure to send help and love. All right. I guess that does it. Our link tiers are down below. All that is down below. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. Any support is greatly appreciated wherever you're listening to us on. Follow us, leave a like, subscribe, comment, whatever your podcast platform of choice will allow you to do. Any support there is greatly appreciated, as well as support over on the channel, Blood Donut Studios, over on YouTube. Thank you all so much for listening. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
And Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.